Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Smart Poker's YouTube channel. And I guess it's not a show, it's just a live. We're going to drop some seeds here today. And we figured everybody's just relaxing. It's the day after the holiday, you know. My wife's downstairs making us some coffees. And yeah, we just decided we'd come hang out, maybe drop some seeds, say hi to our friends, smoke down and just hang out. So when she gets up, I'm sure she'll be excited. I yelled down and told her we're late. I'm going to start this. So I'll get an invite up here. And if anybody else is doing nothing today, just hanging out with their family and maybe doing some shopping, whatever, you're welcome to come and join us. I don't even know how long we'll be here, but I got no plans and I'm in no hurry. Cheers to the chat. Restart, Weed Nerd, Small Tubes. I see Mike B, Nova, Martin 4K. All right, let's get the link up here. I'm sure I missed a couple people. Let's see if I can get this right. There we go. Feel free to click the link that we posted there. We'll be able to show you. We got water acclimating right now we got some water acclimating in the tent. So we can drop these. And we got 6 sex tests. So we're going to have to try to keep them, we're going to have to try to find the right one. So we were hoping, we were trying to invite Smiley and the American One on here with us whenever the time comes, so they can this is so backwards. Everything's
backwards.
Yeah, I'm moving stuff and it's like I don't even think they can read that with that. But anyhow, that's what we got going on. And I figured we could show later on, we'll go in there and show them the tent. We have a tent that's going, that lights on. We have the other tent set up with the dome and the heat mat.
Yeah, the heat mat.
I got you.
Sorry, folks. I'm just joining. I'm like, I went to get a coffee. I told Smart, go ahead, do your thing. I feel like late party.
We were running late, so I went ahead and kicked it on. And I see Uncle Rick, Restart, Nova, Small Tubes, Weed Nerd, Martin K. It won't go up any further. I thought there was, maybe not.
Anyway, let's
Jamie
see.
Rain, yeah. So let them know what we got there.
You didn't tell them we have the Hippie goggles.
It's on the description.
Sunset Impressions number 7 times Sky Cuddler Kush F3. That sounds pretty cool. And then we have Violet Beauregard Blueberry times Cheesequake from the American One and Smiley's Garden. This is going to be an awesome tent. I'm excited. It's like
it is. And it's cool because
the title tent.
Yeah, like the heavy hitters. These are our friends, and there's a lot. Like this pack here says 396 of 425, but these guys are actually selling seeds and doing their thing. We've grown tiles before, and so all that combined, I'm super excited. I've heard nothing but good shit about the Hippie goggles, and we
know from our experience, although it's a small amount of experience. We are fond of the American One seeds. We're happy how Amy went down, and we're excited to get.
Yeah, how
this.
do we?
We're not real experienced with the regular seeds, so
I don't really see much of a difference between the I don't think there's much of a difference as far as like growing, as how do I want to say it, requiring something different or whatever for growing. But I'm curious to see if there's the art, man. I'm curious to see if they if I've always wondered if regular seeds are like give a better bud or a stronger terp profile or more THC because they're not feminized. And some people have told me, yeah, 10% lost and all those categories. Some people have said you'll never notice it and it's, this and that. But I just feel like, I don't know. So the regs are calling me. Does that sound right?
Yeah, it sounds right. Hey, you know what? All we can do is see for ourselves. And I wanted to say, hey, Art Man, you're still working on getting your microphone up. It's awesome to have you here. We're excited to be dropping these seeds day after Thanksgiving. We had some glum news yesterday that kind of like made things weird, and we're doing a redo of Thanksgiving. I mean, we're thankful for the Thanksgiving that we had, but you know, we're trying to.
While the art man gets set up here, yesterday we was just getting ready to sit down to dinner, and we got a phone call that my stepfather had passed away, and it's kind of a weird thing because you guys are our family, you know. I always say that, and so there's not many people that I talk to, but the whole situation there is like people always want to say, you know, sorry about your loss, this and that. Well, sometimes it's just you know. Hold on one second here. I see that passed away. And, hey, Art, do you have YouTube playing in the background?
Not anymore.
Okay, yeah,
cool. It started, but anyhow, he passed away. He was when I was younger. The guy taught me how to fish, how to hunt. He was cool with me, and then as I got older, everything changed, and because of him, I ended up leaving my home at 16, living with friends, and my brother almost didn't finish high school because of it, and all this other shit. But it makes you think, like, back, you know, you think of the good, you think of the bad, you think of all this stuff. Now, I haven't been talked to this dude in quite some time. In the last 10 years, we weren't close, but it still just brought this weird feeling over me. I started thinking about my mother who had passed years ago. And so you guys know how that is. We told you we'd be here yesterday and we weren't, and that's why. And it's just I don't know.
It's strange how things change, you know. Thanksgiving constantly evolving at the table, it seems.
Yep. Check it out. The sex bots are here. Let me put somebody get the hammer on.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm not even in chat, or I'd be tagging all of you.
Somebody nice.
Jamie Ream, hi. Well Digger, or W Digger, I'm sorry.
Well Digger.
Have you here.
What's up, Art man? What are you doing on this fine morning?
Oh, not much. Just going down to the girls, checking them out.
Right on. Sunday, man, that's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be crazy.
I know you run CO2, you got some HLG lights, you got a press and all this other shit. I figured we could go around, and if that's cool with you, we'll do that we'll go Sunday and really get dig deep into what you got going on over there. It's always fun.
No problem. That'd be cool.
Thanks, Weed Nerd, for putting the hammer down on them. I don't know why they do that. I don't think anybody ever would click that link. Anybody would have a brain wouldn't click that link. You know,
maybe if you're feeling a little frisky.
I always say, let's go down and hassle them where they work. Let's go down to their chat and post more cow mag. That's what you want to hear when you're watching a sex show. You know, that's funny.
Can we see some leaf variegation?
Yeah. Let me know when you get there, Art. I'm trying to set it up to where we'll get you on the big. I'll turn my screen off, man. But yeah, we're just chilling. I'm gonna roll up a joint. We were late getting here. I'm gonna roll. It'll let a few people trickle in too if they want to hang out. I don't know if anybody else. I tried to look, see if we were stepping on any toes. I don't think there's any Friday morning shows.
No, and I want to apologize because you know, I did not mean any disrespect, W Digger. I don't know even what why that came to my thought. Yeah,
you must have been watching a history show or something.
Well, yeah, I've been watching a lot of like documentaries and stuff, so maybe on my mind. Have some really interesting content out there. So I do apologize.
I see Rocinante, Yule D, Zombie Rider. Yeah, man. I'm curious what everybody else is growing. What do they got going on? What are you digging out of your pile there? It's always fun to drop seeds, man. It's like every time I look at these seeds, I think you know, there's a whole world locked up inside that little seed. We're gonna bust it out.
It's a new adventure.
Yeah, we're gonna try and tease out the best we can from that shit, man. And it's always, and then it does. It still fascinates me to this day. I think about how plants work and how they take in gas, break down carbon dioxide, and build themselves.
Yeah.
Photosynthesis is amazing. It's like the miracle of life, but
Yeah.
it's all fun.
Like a rebirth, like new beginnings. Lot
Yes.
to be thankful for, a lot to celebrate. A little nervous though, because we obviously want to do our very best. We really want to make Smiley's Angels and the American One proud of us and how we handle this next grow. I'm hoping that we don't have problems like we have had this last grow with our fertigation system. It gave us some chapped lips, and those burnt tips. It's a big pet peeve of mine. Like, I don't know. I
know what you mean.
I don't like seeing it. I really don't. And the grows that we don't have the burnt tips, I'm like, yes, because it's a lot. That's one thing that we need improvement on.
Well, I remember like 2 years ago, we started 11 plants and killed 8 of them. And I'm thinking, I hope something like that doesn't happen this time.
Yeah. I mean, we're hoping for the best. We can plan for some of the things that could go wrong, but
not everything.
Not everything,
This would be a good time to show these guys some of our buds too, huh?
Yeah, break them out.
Let's see if we can show. I don't know how the light is. Maybe we could use this to.
Yeah, I can help you out with that.
Got some light on the thing. Yeah. Let's see. This will be. You know what? Let's do the American ones. Amy Apron first. You guys can see how she ended up. I don't know how good this.
No, this was a 4-day dry and a 4-day cool. I think
6 months ago.
And then that's what I was getting at. We went into the hold, put them in the jars, and yeah, these are 6-month-old buds, but boy, they're still so. The camera is not giving them justice, as the color is so nice and green on these still. Let's see if
Let's
I can
see
get
if we can do maybe something like
light.
that. But anyhow,
Yeah,
and they're hard. I mean, let's see if we can. They're pretty damn hard.
Yeah, that's a pretty good picture. I think we're getting.
When you put them in here and shake them up, you can definitely hear them rattling. They got some density to them.
They're very dense.
We like that. I like that. All right, then these ones here are
it's the Matanuska Thunder.
Matanuska Thunders that we grew. And you can see our trim job on these wasn't all that great.
Which, I'm thinking these buds would be good to try out the trim bag. Yeah. Like if you did go the drying process.
See all those little ones I left on there? I don't give a shit. I'll smoke all that. Fuck it.
They really literally pick right out when we're breaking up the buds. So It's not like a real big issue. I remember first starting out trimming, I had to have all those off. I would go digging for some of those, and I know that wasn't good. Handling the buds way too much.
Yeah, man.
Now we do that quick trim. And how do you do it, Art Man? Like when you're trimming, do you prefer wet trim or dry trim?
I wet trim. I like keef, so I wet trim.
Yeah, we do that too. It may not be as fun or as easy, but I like the buds to be wet trim. I don't know why. It's just personal preference.
I like scissor hash too. So
yeah,
this is how I break up all my buds, man. I don't know, call it old school or stupid, whatever you want, but I use scissors like this and just chop this shit up right between my fingers, roll it up in a joint, tote down. I'm not much of a. We got a 6-ton dab press and some other shit, but I'm not much of a dabber. I don't know why. It's a big process for one. You gotta heat the press up, pack this shit, bottleneck it. And I'm not against it, but it's more of like, for me, it would be more of like when we can have people over and just hanging out, we can fire up the press and have but for me and you to sit here and just toke down on them, we haven't done it in a long time. And I wouldn't mind getting it out, I guess.
Yeah, because we've had some fun.
Yeah.
Messing around.
I gotta say, I always feel weird. I'm sitting here I feel like I'm smoking meth or something. It's crazy.
If you walk in, it wouldn't look like,
Crackhead.
Yeah, man.
Right. You know, you're like, you let your friend know, yeah, we smoke weed. Then you invite them over and they see it pressed. They see all these things, torches and stuff. They're like, what? What is this?
Yeah, what's going on in here, man? It's like, fuck, you got this big rig set up and you're getting it glowing hot, and it's just to the weird eye. But you know, I don't care about that. And another thing,
And those are friends that we trust and just don't smoke weed, and they had like no clue. They're like, oh, well, I had no idea that this was like you could do all this with just, you know, marijuana.
What's the chat saying over there? I missed it.
Yeah, I'm not on the chat. I'm so sorry.
We got some hash too here. I should probably put some hash in this. Let me go get my hash real quick. It's right here. Oh, I'm feeling old.
I'm out of hash, damn it.
Almost out. This is all we got. I don't know if it's going to show up. I got to go back to the Zoom here.
Well,
Yeah.
Black Friday's coming up, and I was thinking about, you know, we have material in the freezer. I was thinking about getting bubble bags because I don't know. I was thinking about oil, but I'm not comfortable with taking it from the freezer, putting in the oven. I don't know how that'll work out. So it'll be tincture, or we're gonna get hash, bubble bags, and run some hash this morning.
Yeah, man.
I just bought a 5 set of bubble bags yesterday. They're the complete mesh bags, not the canvas side.
They say those better. At the complete mesh. They say them's better. I want to get those.
Yeah, I noticed that a few people, our friends, Person One and Rowdy, were posting some links at CFC chat yesterday. They're having Black Friday sales.
Where's Rowdy at, man? He recommended some oatmeal to me, and this shit's killer. It's called steel cut oats. Dude, they're way better, man. But then check this out. It's funny because Rowdy's like, you got to get this other kind of oats. They're called steel cut. Well, I bought the steel cut, and then I sent him a picture. I said, hey, I bought these steel cut oats. He goes, oh shit, I told you the wrong kind. They're supposed to be rolled oats. And I'm like, damn. But you know what? I like these other ones. They're really good. They remind me of old school oats more than instant oats, if that makes any sense. But how do I get on oatmeal? Hey, oh, Rowdy. That's cool. See that? I don't even need this joint. I'm already. We'll take you guys over and show you the tent and everything if you want. I don't know if anyone plans on sticking around, but.
And Art, man, if you want to show us any of your plants or whatever, feel free, or you just want to hang out. Yeah, Art, we can give you the big screen, dude. You can do whatever you want.
I'll hang out today. You guys are going to get the intro on Sunday.
Okay.
Awesome.
Don't want to ruin it.
Keep them in suspense, bro.
Hell yeah.
That's the way. That's it.
Hey, I want to mention to all of our, I don't know if they can see me putting this shit in here. Yeah, I want to mention to everybody out there, if you want to come on, show your garden. Some people want to do these shows, man. And I've had people say this to me. I've been wanting to go on a show, but I'm a little bit nervous and worried. But I felt cool coming on your show because everybody was like, you know, and I was like, dude, that makes me feel good. Yeah, it makes me feel good. I don't mind being the beginner show. Come on here and get your feet wet, and then contact all the big guys and go get your debut. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We'll be the gateway drug for
the gateway show.
We're the gateway drug for being addicted to going live and hanging out and spreading the word. Oh, this thing's gonna smoke real nice.
It looks real nice.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that the thicker bodied paper made it easy for me to learn how to roll a joint. But you know, I don't care. I could be rolling every day. I'll still never get to smart. I've seen this man roll a joint with one hand, and man, and it looked better than the joint I had spent so much time rolling.
When I started, they said, you want to get high, you will learn how to roll. If you don't roll, you don't get high.
You know what my buddy did? I used to go to him. I think I told this story before. Yeah. I used to buy 8s and 20s and shit back in the day. I was like 15, 16 years. I'd take it to my buddy who was like a couple years old or 18 or whatever. I'd say, hey, roll me this joint, man. Roll me all the joints out of this whole bag, and then we'll smoke one. And then I'd have, 5 joints or something to take with me, pinners. And so finally one day I showed up. He goes, no, we're not doing that no more. So he gave me a pack of Bugler and 100 pack of them tops. And he said, what you want to do is start rolling these. And when you get them all rolled up, bust them down and start over again. And as we sat there smoking joints, I'd just sit there and roll. And I kept trying, fucking them up. And, it's like anything else. You get good with it. But the same way, Art, he was like, you got to work on these buglers. And,
Not me, man. The ladies know how it goes. All you have to do is, I just want someone to roll me a joint. And there's always a chivalrous man nearby that is like, or more than one that want.
Oh, you girls. Oh, man, that ain't right.
That ain't right, is it? I can't do that.
Although I probably would have done it. So
yeah,
there you go. Ask real nice. I will. Oh, yeah.
Well, of course.
Patrick Roke's in the chat. Cheers, Pat, Shaggy, Timmer, Ross and Nate. They said seed set. Patrick Roke said seed sells all over right now. Don't sleep on it. You'll end up like I did and have it taken from under me. I don't know what that means, but he must have missed a sale.
You missed a sale on the you want, and then they're sold out. It's happened to us when we slept on stuff one on the surface. It's on sale and then they're sold out. We got to wait around. And then when they do finally come in stock, you're paying the premium.
Here's one for you. If you're planning on buying a Canatrol, do it now. They're offering free shipping. Don't use a code, mine or anybody else's. Free shipping's like, if you're living in Pennsylvania, it was like $87
or
about $90. If you live on the West Coast, it's 200 and some. So you can save the shipping
you can
cost.
save a lot of money.
And the seeds that we like to grow when we're not growing these other people's are MSNLs. They're having a big sale, and the same goes there. I don't know if my code stacks, but they have like 40% off, double freebies, all that shit. So if you ever like the way some of our grows look, that's their seeds. I always give them a lot more credit than I do grower ability. Them seeds are killer, man. You put them in the ground and they pretty much just rip.
Oh yeah. And they have like nice seeds over there for beginners that are easy to grow.
Yep.
And
hey, you know what Bob said about that? I don't know if you was here for that, Art. You ever notice that seed companies will put easy to grow, medium hard, and like only for good growers? Someone told me only thing that means is the ones that are only for good growers are less stable genetics. So, unless everything goes perfect, they probably have more of a chance of going wrong or whatever. And I thought, wow, I never looked at it like that. I just thought maybe, I don't know what I thought, but that brings a whole new perspective, Well,
I was thinking, maybe we won't kill them this time.
Killing seeds is my specialty. Thank you.
We have our fair share of dead ones. We mourn the loss of those and all the potential that they held.
Hey, I want to say to our friends in the chat, if you have a channel or a link to your Instagram, anything you want to share, and remember, if you have a blue wrench, then you could go click on everybody else in chat and go right to their page and subscribe and come right back without having to type any shit in. And makes it nice for being able to share. We will drop these seeds once we smoke this joint.
It's getting there.
Hey, thanks for coming on, Art, man, and hanging out with us. I can't believe it's 20.
I'm sorry?
No, go ahead. I'm sorry. I appreciate you coming on here, man.
I've never been on the net before or anything like this, so.
Oh, really? This is your first time?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, cool, man. Well, shit. I didn't know that.
That's awesome. We're honored that you came on our show.
Well, I appreciate you guys. And Crispy, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you, because you're really kind in chat and you always welcomed me, and I wouldn't be here. So thank you.
Oh, that means the world to me. And even though I'm not in chat right now, my eyes are sore from doing too much phone time earlier. I can't see without my glasses, but I just need a break sometime. But, I love all yins in chat. You guys are awesome. And you're like family. And I'm so happy to hear you say that, because that's why I want everyone to feel welcomed. We're all in this together. We all got to be on the same side and keep it tight together, because,
And
it makes the world a better place. You all are so awesome.
it is, it's us against them when it comes to us versus the government letting us grow. It shouldn't be cocoa versus soil, or I don't fuck with them dudes because they grow this person's seeds or whatever. I try not to do that. I'm guilty of it. I'm damn guilty of it though. You know what I mean? But I try not to be that way.
Try to stop and do self-reflection when we can. Try to move forward in a better way. Just trying to be better people on the daily.
I often think when I go to other people's channels how I felt there.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people made me feel welcome. Some people didn't. I try to take the good and leave the bad like anything else.
Yeah.
And that's what built this channel. Just the fact that, I don't know, the people we surround ourselves with seem to bring the best out in us, and that's why we like it.
Yeah, and to be quite honest with you, it's the way Dr. MJ Coco made me feel when I joined the website over at Coco for Cannabis, when there was a lot of, I don't want to, how do I want to put this? People out there that weren't so nice. And Doc was very welcoming, engaging. That whole atmosphere just makes you want to perpetuate that and share it, keep that ball rolling. And so I'm going to give the true credit where the true credit is due, and also to Smart Poker, because he makes me a better person on the daily.
Baby, I love you. Thank you for saying that. Hey, look who it is. They come to give you a piece of their mind for calling for calling them Well Digger. Hey, Digger, how's it going? Maybe There's Digger.
Hi, Digger.
How you
Nice
doing?
to see you.
Nice to meet you.
Hey.
Uh-oh.
Hey, look who it is.
There he is.
I see you now, but it seems like we're
I'm not old.
Cutting up a little.
Yeah.
yeah, it seems like you're breaking. Maybe have a weak connection over there.
But we can ride that storm out together.
That's right.
Sometimes we have some technical difficulty. We try to work through it. And
Yeah, my internet is not really that great, so.
There you go. Now we can hear you.
Sometimes if people have trouble, they almost have to ultimately choose whether to have voice and video or one or the other. Because
Just a second.
yeah, take all the
I
time.
got the window.
Yeah, take your time, man. This is cool. It's nice to meet.
Garden tours are awesome, but like meeting you like for the first time on our show is just as amazing to me and fun.
You know how I've seen W Digger around for years, literally. Doc MJ was really cool Sunday when he truly told y'all how much he both mean to this.
Can't find you.
Doc's a good guy, man. I'm to build upon my friend and my mentor, because he's helped me a lot, and not just with growing. There's other aspects of my life where I get a hold of him, like, how would you handle this? And it was funny because he even told me, he said, I used to have Doc MJ really cool Sunday when he really well. I'm getting some cool feedback now.
But yeah, that reminds me, head on over to Coco for Cannabis because he's always giving stuff away. Sign up for the Grow Love giveaway. It's a win-win. And here's how: you have a chance to win a light, and you get to follow a bunch of really cool people, cool growers, people that have great content. He's always, uplifting us all up.
Am I still on?
Yeah, you're still here. We're just giving you some time to set up, man. Oh, now I see you. Perfect.
I'm having problems with my Zoom dropped down and I can't find out where it's at.
Well, this is the best we've heard you since you joined us.
Yeah, you're coming in here.
Whatever you're doing is working perfect now.
Well, I guess I'm gonna just hang out,
Hey,
but I
good.
can't really see anything else on my computer, but I can see it on TV.
Okay.
Awesome. That is awesome.
It'll be a
I
little.
was gonna show these guys how I pressed some keef into a ball of hash.
Oh man, that's
Cool.
Love to see that, man. Hey, I tell you what, we're not going anywhere. If you want to poke around and try to get some stuff working, feel free to. If you end up dropping off, just click the link and come back. That's up to you if you want to do that, or you can just hang out, whatever you want to do. But I know that people in the chat would love to see that, as well as
Yeah,
myself.
I know. I love you guys' show. Hang on, I'm trying it again.
Yep. If you
Awesome.
get cut off, just come on back.
that's pretty awesome.
How's it sound? Just come on back if you ever want to try again.
Oh, that was corny. That was bad.
Yeah.
That's me.
Well,
man.
there's a fiddle playing.
No. Yeah, come on, we love these guys.
There we go. We got you now.
That's it.
Not really.
See. Sometimes it's that you get too far away from the thing, you know. It starts running afoul.
Let me warm this up. People can check out my wounds from my cat. I don't know if they can see him.
Oh, Mimsy.
She tears it. Summer sparring partner.
That cat's wild as all out.
She needs to have that rough play, I think. Usually I have hand protection, but I figured sometimes she liked to taste the blood too.
Yeah.
Hey, cheers to, there's Paula. I wanted to tell Paula, what wasn't we watching Paula's cooking show the other day?
Oh yeah, that is
Hey, it was
such
crazy.
great content. I love it.
Well,
Making us all hungry.
Remember that, Art Man?
Oh, yeah. Stoners making other stoners hungry.
We were
Every
saying,
show.
You were saying in chat, you're like, man, everywhere I
Okay,
go.
can you
cooking something.
still hear me now?
Yes, sir. Yep, you're still here, buddy.
No.
Remember that, Art Man?
Yeah. Stoners making other stoners hungry. Hey, Echo. Every show.
What you got going on, Digger, is
Still hear me now?
Yeah, it's got some feedback.
we got your
Your
YouTube playing, and it's kind of playing. What you'll have to do is shut
No,
it down and just use your Zoom. You say Zoom one away.
I got it back. The thing is, I have to have YouTube running in the background, and then when I mute my YouTube,
I'm a little bit confused, man. I suck at computers.
Yeah,
I'm the
like,
worst dude down the
You're asking the blind to lead the blind here because we do have difficulty.
Huh.
But we do try our best. We're very patient because we know, that could be your best friend is patience when it comes to technical stuff. So, we'll get it.
So I'm trying to figure, can you not move your camera?
I can move. Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
well, cool.
I
Yeah,
can move. I'm working with YouTube and Zoom together, and it didn't want to work. So now I'm just on Zoom. Am I doing all right now?
Yeah, you're about it seems to be fixed.
you're best if you're just on Zoom.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yep, I know. I was having problems with that, but now she's clean. All right, that's a good. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's awesome. And now everybody can see we'll see that hash you got going down, huh?
Yeah, okay. So I went to the dispensary and I bought this gram of blonde keef. I'll try to open it up and show you without spilling it. I don't know. Is she gonna be a okay?
There it is.
Holy smoke.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I gotta try to. Yeah, boy, running these cameras are fun too, huh?
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Now, can you see that? How blonde that is?
yes. Yes.
Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna empty this jar into a piece of just the stupid paper we all get. Okay.
Parchment.
All right, yeah, parchment. Who's smart here? Somebody's smarter than I am. Who's that? All right, now I'm gonna get my little tool and put it in my paper. Knock it out all nice and good. You all with me still?
Yes, we're here.
Yep.
We're still following right along.
Okay. All right. I just don't know. I don't hear anybody else, so I don't want to
We're trying to give
be
you
all stupid myself. I've been on a couple of these shows, but I'm still kind of. I've been working with weed and computers for like 50 years.
Awesome.
Okay.
That's cool.
I got it in. I got it right in the center of that paper.
Nice.
Okay. We got it.
I know.
All right. Now I'm just gonna.
Art
All
likes-
I'm gonna do is just put a little finger pressure on it. I just made bubble too the last couple of days. It's cool weather here, so I can just sit it outdoors. No
That's
ice.
nice. That's nice.
No ice. No ice at all.
So
just outdoor,
ice
cold.
water.
I'd like to show you guys how to wash hash out. You know, I practiced for quite a while before I had a fairly decent technique.
Yeah, I feel like we're still learning that.
Oh,
Like
for sure.
we're still trying to find our way on the bubble hash, and definitely like getting into the temple ball.
We got some good
Phase.
tempo.
Well,
man, and we got
it wasn't really the idea about that. It was which bags to use there. So I used a whole set of them plastic side baggy. I didn't like them. I used 3 sets of them, and I didn't really like them. It took.
They're saying in the chat, man, that they agree with you on the no ice. Weed nerd, Rossinato.
Yeah.
They agree. On
Okay, so
Huh.
yeah, I know about that. That's one of the things you can save money on. But okay, so the second thing is buying the right bags the first time. You know, 'cause- oh shoot, now
So
what happened?
That's your advice, like to someone is
You lost your camera feed.
oops. All
I
right.
cannot hear him.
I'm not hearing him either, but hopefully
I can see him on my TV and my tablet, but I lost him on the phone.
I'll start mine up just so there's something on the screen there.
Yeah, that's fine. Sorry. You know,
That's
hey,
all right.
hey, we know this happens.
Here he comes on a
Okay.
different one. Hey, he hasn't even left with his first one.
Hey, that's fine. That's happened to a few of our guests, and
I can't
However
remove
you can-
someone because
Yeah.
if I remove somebody,
yeah, we don't want to do that. They'll just be up there twice, and that's no big deal. Sometimes it's nice to see your
Damn, man,
name
we
up
was right
more
in the,
than
we was in the
I
meat and potatoes. We got a good look. He's on the thing. There we go.
There he is. He's back. All right.
Yep, I just got knocked off for some reason. Knocked off.
You're on now. You're clear too.
It happens, buddy.
It happened to us not too far, like yeah.
I just hit my key. I'm trying to work on my laptop, and I just hit my keyboard, and it went right off. So unexpected.
So
Hey, you
you're
know-
about ready to put that in the press. You first put it.
No, dear. I'm not pressing. I'm hand pressing it.
Oh,
I'm
that's
doing it by hand. Okay.
Making hash.
So,
okay.
yep.
Oh,
All right. See, I'm just pressing it with my fingers now.
That's old school.
okay.
Just with a little finger heat. I'll probably get 3/4 of a gram when I get done. See, I got a cold house today. The other day it worked really neat. I came home to a cold house. I was out digging worms, then I came home to a cold house. So, gotta bear with me.
How long do you press it?
It only took me about freaking 5 minutes to just press this little ball, but I'm trying to get my parchment paper doesn't seem to be wanting to work because, like I said, I'm cold. I just got done worm digging and
Ah, so W Digger is Worm Digger.
worm digger, right? Yep,
Oh,
I'm a worm digger. Yeah. You can find me on Dirty Jobs. I went out with Micro.
Damn, I needed a well.
I love that show, Dirty John.
No, I ain't no, no. I ain't no well digger.
Hey, do you? Hey, hold on.
That's
hold on.
that's what Caribou Hat said. I thought you was a well digger or a welder. I've been told a welder too, both. Just that W means that W means worm digger.
I've seen the episode of. I've seen almost every episode of Dirty Jobs. I feel like, and I'm telling you, I think I've seen the episode where he went out and they used these big metal rakes and shit when the tide went down, and they were scooping these big worms out of the shoreline, and they was like knee high. That was you.
That's what I do. That was me.
Wow,
Yep.
man, that's so cool. Yeah.
Okay, so I get. All right. So to show that fella, that guy told me not to press it, so not to do what I'm doing right now. So here's I got just a very little bit of keef left in this paper, but I got it all in a nice bowl. Okay.
Yep.
Nice gold. It's really golden. It's really golden color. It didn't turn brown like he said. That Rosante or whoever was in chat. Thank you very much, dude. But I've been doing this stuff 50 years. Okay, I'm all done with that. Can you take me off on this?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
I'm getting kind of, okay, thank you. I'm getting kind of claustrophobic.
I wanted to give you your fair share of time up there on the screen, man. I have a bad habit.
Oh, I appreciate it very much. You guys, I love you guys' show. Ever since I heard you on Eagle, that was it. Every time I hear a good show, I move on to them too. I'm friends with the Weed Nerds, the Fresno Weed Nerds. I'm friends with Guerrero's Grow Shows. All of you guys are hanging out together, and I appreciate it.
That's exactly what.
Yeah,
Chat too. We love chat.
Yeah, we like to it's nice to go to all the shows and see the same people.
So I have one more question before I jump off because I got stuff to do. But I just wanted to come on and smoke a little bit with you, and make a little bit of hash, and ask you about the American one.
All right.
Sweet.
So the American one, I got some of his seeds also. I got Smiley seeds. I got Eagle seeds. I got Cheddar Bob seeds. I got all kinds of seeds given to me just in the last 3 months. So I have. Okay, so from the American one, I have Ophelia.
Ooh, I've heard that.
So, yep. So I haven't heard much about Ophelia. That's why I'm kind of asking everybody's about this Amy Aces thing. And holy crap, where's the other one?
Well, I'm not sure. I'm thinking he's just getting them out there. I think we're some of the first ones to really be done.
No, I'm not asking about that. I just want to know why nobody has said much about the Ophelia at all.
Oh, that's a good point.
In my opinion, she's not getting her fair shake.
Now, does he have those for sale, or is that something?
I don't really know. I got them from Cheddar Bob.
Okay, because I'm thinking maybe he's not pushing them because they're not quite. I'm not sure. That's the same with Violet Beauregard. When I heard about it, I was like, "Oh, dude, that sounds great." And then, honestly, Digger, I didn't think they was even ready. And he was like, "I'm sending some out." And I'm like, "Oh shit, I didn't even know they was ready. I was just trying to pump them up,
So I got these in solo cups.
Are those Ophelias?
Well, on the bigger solo cups though, and they are Ophelia.
Nice.
These are Ophelia.
Nice.
So I got some Bob's cheddar growing. I got two females and a male so far, because I leave them in these till they show sex.
Okay.
You know, they're in like a soda cup, so I can see the roots. But then I got the sleeve on over that, so the light don't get the roots.
Okay.
Very nice.
I really like that because you can see the roots. And you might be right about Ophelia not getting her fair shake.
We got to start popping her up.
Okay, and I got this. Whoops, sorry.
No, I just was saying, we want you to keep coming back. Hopefully you'll show us the progress, and we'd love to watch her grow.
Ophelia.
Well, I'm in the process of maybe moving out of this house because it's too hard for me to stay here. So I don't know. My growing might come to an end for a while, but I could be generous with my stuff. All right, so here's a cut of Cindy 99. Okay, I've kept this around for like 3 years. I got Jelly Bean also. So this one's in a cup with a aloe spear, and I've been having trouble rooting clones, and this one's just about starting to throw some roots. Just the clear water. Just a clear water and a little.
You put a cup of
spear.
aloe vera spear in the water.
Yep, just the aloe vera spear.
Hmm.
You're making me big again. I'm not used to that. They did that on the Guerrero Grow show too, so that's all right. But yeah, I love talking with you guys.
I seen them. Somebody was taking those big aloe sprigs and they were cutting them in half, and then they were poking the end of their clone in there and then putting them in like an arrow cloner or something. And they said that was a good start for them. But I like that.
No. I'm off the grid, so I don't do anything. I can't do one of them. I'm off the grid, so it's hard for me to even grow at all. I did get me a bigger tent for a mother room, but I'm still having a yellowing problem. All my plants turned yellow for some reason, and I'm trying to nurse them back to health. Boy, it's a hard job. It's a hard job, even with all kinds of experience. It's still a hard job sometimes to do what you want in a grow room. Sometimes things go backwards. I think it's mostly my environment. My environment here sucks, so I guess that's what's wrong.
Yeah, and you know what, Mother Nature, she's wonderful, but also temperamental and crazy. She can turn on a dime. And
my outdoor turn.
That if you're sleeping and she decides to do that, you could be really screwed. And it's so unfortunate.
My outdoor turned really good, but my indoor is sucking.
Hey, a lot of the old heads are telling me, because we don't have experience growing outdoor digger, but I've heard a lot of the old heads telling us that that's the best smoke they can get, is the outdoor sucker. And it makes me think back of all the old strains we had back in the day. I bet most of that was grown because it came in Croptober is when everything came around. So
it was grown locally too, a lot
outdoors,
of it back in the day.
But I can't wait to test out the outdoors and see what that bud's like compared to the inside and different things like that. That's a whole nother venture that we get into someday, you know.
Is that Rocanti on chat?
His name's Rocinante.
Oh, Rocinante. Yes, yeah. Okay. So my hash ball did turn it's just as gold as it was in the jar.
I think he thought you were going to press it in a press.
I don't have a press. I don't have a press.
I think there might have been some miscommunication there because he's a good guy. I don't think he was trying to give you any shit or try to call
No, I understand he wasn't giving me a hard time. I just wanted to explain to him how I was doing it.
Yeah, no, that's all. I'm so glad you came on and showed us, because you know what? I never seen you do shit like that before, man. That's bad.
Okay.
I can imagine how that gold shit's going to taste. That's going to be some very flavorful terps in that thing, at least from the looks of it. Yeah, look at that.
I know.
Let me put you on the
but this is just my bubble hash I just made. Okay. This is
Nice.
not as good smoking in a bowl, but it's good in a joint. But then the blonde stuff I get is fire, and either way.
Wow, that's a great explanation.
I think, yeah. So I kind of just do this for a fun time. I'm getting my. Oh, I see my light. Oh, okay. My light is kind of getting me in the background. Okay. Boy, you Zoom fellas have that freaking out of control sometimes if there's a light on or on the wrong way. Okay, so this like I probably have like 3 or 4 grams of that I did, and this is all from just trim people throw away up here in Maine. Just throw it away.
Oh, no way, man.
Take
That's
care of
all
that
part
light.
of-
There.
There you go. Let me get you.
Yep, people just throw it away. So I have a lot given to me. So
You know, I was like, what we throw away, we don't actually throw away. We're putting it in our compost pile, but it's the big sugar leaves and the stems and the root ball. But you know, if it
it's
was
still got trikes on it though.
I know,
I've
No,
seen some fan leaves that had more trikes on it than the buds.
Hey, that Cali Kush we just harvested, it was trikes all up and down the stalks, the petioles,
Yep.
everything. I was like,
Cindy 99 gets pretty frosty.
that's pretty cool that you have that, man. That's like a coveted cut, if you will. People really respect that strain and they look for it, and to have that, I think is pretty cool. That's something you cherish, huh?
Yep, quite a bit. You know, when I first came down here to Millbridge, there was a dispensary that was selling it, and I kind of bought a bag, and I picked out one seed out of it, and grew it, and sexed it, and grew it, and sexed it, and I grew it 3 or 4 times, and then I gave it back to the dispensary.
Oh,
that's wild.
yeah.
Yeah, if anybody wants to follow me on Instagram, I'd be happy, because I started off with like Eagle Gardens. Well, I started way back with Subcool, but when Eagle got on, I started a IG. Well, I started putting my stuff on and like that, and then boy, it just jumped.
I'm
I
going
got a lot of friends on Instagram I didn't even know I had.
I'm going right now to see if I'm not sure what are you under there?
W Digger 714.
Yeah, we'll be able to. Smart will be able to pull that Instagram link up, and if you're listening, and you can go
Yep.
and give
Very-
it a follow.
Very much. I like to follow everybody that's in the community, and I'd like to have them follow me back. I do put some I'm actually a seed tester. I've been testing seeds for like 20 years.
I just put your link up in the chat for anybody who's in the chat. Click that link and give W Digger a follow, and let's try to pump his. I think you're at 492, man, on your followers or something. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
it is fun to learn.
I went up fast. I just started with Eagle, and it just seemed to snowball, just like you guys. What?
Digger, I have a question. Have you ever tried using increasing the heat while you're doing that? I did the same thing you did, except I used a non-stick skillet and raised the temperature of the keef a little bit past what I could by just rubbing it, and then smashed it into my palm.
Well,
it breaks it down.
If I'd have been in, yes, I know it does. I didn't have any problem pressing it, but the thing was, I was telling these guys, I got back to a cold house. So it's only like 50 degrees in here right now, and I'm cold. I live in Maine.
Nice. I'm envious.
No,
but
not really.
You know, you hang out in the cave long enough, you know, that you're going to be cold, and it could be 98 degrees outside.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah, I got my heater going right now, but it's not really that warm. So
living off the grid has its ups and downs, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, living off the grid, you know.
That's something I've
Life
always
is,
dreamed of, man. I watched those Alaska.
yeah.
I ain't built for it though. I gotta admit, I'm a little too
So
soft.
I got one. I get in this house. I got 1, 2, 3, 5 grow areas in this little small house.
That's awesome.
Wow.
And
That's a lot. That's nice having 5 grow spaces. That's,
Yeah, well, sometimes not though, because it is hard to keep them going. And
especially by yourself, you know, it's a lot of keeping up.
so who else is on here besides Art Man? Yeah, and you guys.
Just us. That's
yeah,
it.
it's just us.
There's
Just
30,
us.
35
Okay.
people.
All right. Okay, 30 some people watching.
Yeah,
Yes.
looks like 35
Yeah.
people.
And then we're going to put
That's
this on Spotify. And if you're listening out there, give Digger 714 a follow on social media, Instagram.
Check him out.
Check him out.
so actually that came from my drag race. My YouTube is just drag racing because that's what I started it for. I don't really put any grows on, but I put a lot on Instagram that people can look at. But my drag racing videos are kind of sacred, so
Yeah.
And you have those
I
posts
didn't.
on YouTube?
They're on my YouTube. Yeah, they're on my YouTube, dear. I'm not trying to get anybody to watch them. I just did it for fun.
Well, I'm a fan of drag racing. I might check it out. And if you're listening,
Okay, well,
We have a friend of ours that races a drag bike, a 76 Kawasaki. It's got the whole nitrous and the air shifter and the big 10-inch fat tire. And he has the wheelie bar. I forget how fast he goes down that track in like 2 seconds.
they can go hundreds in seconds.
Yeah, man, it's ridiculous. But he let me go. They took me down to the pit there, and they took me out in the middle when they had the alcohol fuel cars out there and them long rails, I think they called them. And when you're standing at the tree,
Rails.
yeah, I had my headphones on, Digger. I'm standing there at the tree, and I could just watch these tires wrinkle, man, as these cars took off. I was like, check this. I could feel the percussion on me. And I tell you what, it was quite exhilarating. And I went back many times after that because
and nothing like the smell at the racetrack.
yeah, man,
It
it's
comes with a certain
Oh yeah, that's that weed smell I like from. I get that from my jelly bean. I got fucking burnt rubber and gas.
yeah.
That jelly bean kicked my ass. I like her.
That is actually
Yeah.
what it's like.
A real good grow. If anybody wants to grow a real good plant, they want to try to grow some jelly bean because that was a real good grower.
now that comes from Miss Jill's, right? Is that a sub?
That-
Is that a sub cool?
Yeah, I got seeds from Eagle Gardens though.
Yep. That's legit.
He was just doing a grow along.
Nice.
The same way with Smileys and Eagles, other ones, the Chelumbium and the Jack Skellington. I got some of them too, but I only pop 5. I keep 5. I don't do a whole pack. I was kind of like preserving myself. I don't know.
I feel you. And
Hard to explain, but I got thousands of seeds.
that's good, man.
I like to.
Yeah. I got enough now. I got enough seeds now to last me a lifetime.
I'm gonna go.
You are your own seed bank.
Well, not really, but a friend of mine had an outdoor grow that pollinated like 3 years in a row, and he just kept giving me buds to try, and eventually I got thousands of seeds out of it. And they're all pretty good strains. They just aren't, they aren't TGA strains. Yeah, I want to try some Agent Orange. I had one, the keeper of the strains, dude. I had some of them sent to me though, and they didn't make it. They got crushed.
Oh, that happened to us, man. That's some shit.
Yeah. I actually only got 2 jelly bean seeds and only 1 pheno because 2 seeds don't give you much. All right. Smoking the Gains. I like you guys gardens. Holy crap.
We're gonna go. We're gonna drop these seeds, and we'll take you over.
We'll take you on a tour of the garden.
Yeah, we'll take you.
Oh,
over.
nice.
We got some burnt tips, and they're real
I
short.
think
from being
I've been there a couple times.
I mean, I'm happy. I'm proud of us. We put a lot of work in, you know, to get there. Like you said, you know, it's not easy all the time. Things go wrong and you just got to overcome. But boy, they're fattening up and the buds are real hard, you know.
I got it.
They're nice and
You know, even though you guys are in a state that's kind of, I can't really say what I want to say, but anyway, you know, you guys are really outstanding in the community with not even showing your faces. I know that. I've heard a lot about y'all.
Oh,
So,
thank you.
I'm very impressed. Very impressed.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are always so fantastic online.
Oh,
Thank
man,
you.
that means a lot, man.
We just feel like a couple dorks, you know, just
Yeah, people are like,
sharing what we know, sharing what
No.
we don't know too. I mean, like we're not gonna lie to you.
I'm
We
not
try to keep it
No.
honest and real.
I'm trying to figure out.
Just think of it as being the weed nerd that Subcool started, okay?
Oh,
We're
yeah.
all weed nerds. That's what we are.
Guilty.
We're a community of weed nerds. We love the weed.
It's crazy because I heard someone say this the other day and it made a lot of sense. They said, if my like biology teacher from high school could see me now actually looking for this sort of information versus running away from the homework and all that. And I was thinking, isn't that true? If you'd have told me in high school, someday you'll be trying to learn cell biology, you'll be trying to learn about lights and light science and all this shit, I would think, what? You know, chemistry of nutrients and just different things. You know, it's wild.
It's the passion of the love of this plant and the mad respect for the people that are pillars in this community and that showed us the way.
Yep.
And paved the way.
There. All right. We got a ting on. Somebody's calling.
Someone's ringing the doorbell.
Ringing the doorbell.
Hey,
I was wondering what people were talking about ringing the doorbell, but I guess that gave me my answer.
Yeah. So how's that song? Somebody's ringing the bell.
yeah, that's Paul McCartney.
Yeah. I
Beat it.
Man.
I had the white shirt.
I have now.
Weed nerd. Shout out to Ganja Ghost. Shout out to Seed Person. Shout out to Weed Nerd, DWC. Look at all these weed nerds in chat.
Hell yeah.
yeah.
Chat is where it's at.
That gnosis and psychosis, somebody that used to be 710. They changed their name, and I hope it's okay to say that, but because people
That's
were
oil upside down.
Yeah, gnosis. What is a gnosis anyhow? Does anybody know? Gnosis and psychosis. I kind of like that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Hey, everyone, go watch Ganja Ghost's newest video. Funniest shit ever. There you go. Straight from the Seed Person 1. All right, what are we doing first here? I got a joint. I got
Nice.
so this is how we do our seeds. I don't know. Some people give me friction for this. And speaking of friction, that's what we use. We scuff our seeds, man. I made a tube here of sandpaper and I wrapped it up and I put my seeds in there and I scuff them. I drop them in this water. I put them on a heat mat at 83 degrees Fahrenheit. I let them sit there for 12 to 24 hours. Then I put them straight into a cup of cocoa, whether they've cracked open or not. And wait.
And then it's off to the races.
That's our simple way. Because I'm like a bull in a china shop. The less handling I do at these seeds, the better off they are. I used to do a lot of into the paper towel, but then I would have some stuff. And I thought, is it me? I'm thinking, am I fucking up here or what? Excuse my language, babe. But I used to get mad and think I put 6 seeds in there and I got 1 or 2. Is it something I did? And then other times we'd have good shit. So I figured this way, I take away that question, did I make a mistake? How many of these should we be doing? Should we do like,
I'm disappointed if I don't get 100%.
yeah, I'd try to.
Yeah.
Man.
That's the goal. That's the goal.
I mean, our friends send us these
Oh.
seeds we worked hard on. I want to make sure they come up and do good, as best of my ability. So I don't want to
And
mess
this-
nothing up there.
And this method has been very successful, us doing it this way, going right into the solo cup. Then there's a smaller error for mistakes to happen, the less we're handling it. When they're so small and that thing seems so fragile.
This cup's marked HG for Hippie goggles, and I only ever open, because you guys, if you're like me and you get stoned and do this shit, I only ever open one capsule thing at a time, so that way there's no chances of a mistake. There's been a few times where we've had to grow strain A, B, C, and D, or 1, 2, 3, and 4 because somebody mixed up the seeds. And that's usually me.
So Hippie goggles or Smileys.
Yeah, that's the this one here. Let me see if I can get this up close enough so people could see what it is.
Yep.
It
Oh,
says,
nice. Smiley's a good dude.
Number 7?
Smiley's a righteous cat, man. He sent us 7 packs
Yeah.
of these.
He's
He
a-
get 2 away.
Oh, nice. Shout out to Smiley.
Yeah, we always, matter of fact, we have a link. Me or my wife have a link here. I'd like everybody to.
You know what? I'm putting my glasses on. I'll get some of these links up if I can. And I apologize.
I don't know what somebody else is showing me out in chat, but I don't know the name. I can't pronounce that name. You guys are gonna have to help me.
Gnosis and
Granosis inside. Oh, that was what you was talking about. Okay.
Yeah, that's our buddy 710 Connoisseur. He changed his name, and I feel it's weird because someone changed their name.
Yeah.
Obviously, they don't want to be called that.
That's how I know him. That's why I don't know him now. Okay. Well, shout out to you. He just shouted me out. So.
Oh, they had a fun time looking at your stuff, Digger. They enjoyed that. When you had it off and you were showing your hash, look, I'm shaking these seeds up. I got the whole camera shaking. I can't.
Yeah. Let's shake. I like shaking.
Like a
Shaking bait. Or bacon.
Oh.
That's right. See? All right.
So I'm pretty close to the oldest in the community. That makes me an OG. Old guy.
I did.
OG, original gangster.
That's right. An
No,
original.
old guy. Old guy. That's a joke, son.
We did 5, just like you said, Digger. I figure we'll do 5 now. Even doing 5 each.
There you go.
I have to prepare 10 cups, and then I have to once I prepare 10 cups, then I got to cut it down to 3 each to send out for sex tests. So I feel 5 is going to be fairly decent, and then we still have some left over. We have 2, 4, 6, 8 left over. So he sent more. Smiley sent more than 10 per pack, which is cool as shit.
I kind of sex my own.
I wish.
There you go again. Old guy.
No, I like that.
With the cloning?
I respect the hell out of the sex in your own, man. I feel like a cheater sometimes using sex tests, but with it being illegal here and shit, man, I don't want to dedicate any more space or anything. It is the easy way out.
Yeah.
You know?
I understand that.
I have a question. At what point do you become old guy? What age? I'm working on it.
You're working on it?
Yeah, I am.
Well, I mean, I'm 68. I'm older than Bingus. So
Well, I'll be
not
61.
by much, but I'm older than Bingus.
61. Yeah.
Well, you get older than Bingus, and you're an old guy right away.
All right.
Bingus rocks too. Well, that's the GML show. All of the Dudes Grow show. I watch hundreds of hours of YouTube.
That's cool, man. That's cool.
I think we all do.
I've been told
Yeah,
many times that
let's
age
be
is just a
buds.
number.
Age is just a number.
Crispy, what did you want to ask me?
Oh, I was just saying that, age is just a number. I mean, you have a lot to give the community. You have a lot of wisdom. But
yeah, man, 50 years of growing. And
No, 50 years of smoking.
smoking.
50 years of smoke. I didn't grow 50 years. I started smoking 50 years ago.
Okay.
So you're a
45 here.
longtime connoisseur.
So we're in Maine, and is a little while ago we was just about the same boat you all are in,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
we're still in a pickle here, because there's no recreational that is meeting the eyes, and then even the dispensaries, there's only one real good one around here. So,
Yeah, we don't know of any around here because for one thing, we grow our own, and it's ridiculous that we are doing it underground like we have to, but hopefully someday, we'll be in your shoes. I just want home growers' rights. I just want to do my thing and not be bothered. And I want to be able to we have the space to do sex testing on our own.
Everybody has access to the medicine. Everybody should have access to the medicine. Period. Kids, if you're,
more or less, I'm a weed snob, because that's why I go to the dispo. I got my own weed, but I like smoking other strains so I can tell people about them. Okay. I smoked over 100 strains.
Yeah, I would probably do that. If it was legal here, I would probably find people like Aaron the grower or Smiley, or people who was selling, which I don't know if Smiley does, but I know Aaron has like a line out. I would go to the dispensary and look for those types of people's shit and try it out, I would, but that's one thing we always say, W. Digger, that you have an advantage there, because when you go down there and you smoke something that you feel is killer, man, now you run back home or you get the seeds for that and you grow your own, and sometimes you just got to guess and you end up growing.
Sometimes it's not like that, though. Like the cherry pie. So I bought some cherry pie at the dispensary, and then I had some of Cheddar Bob's cherry pie, and Cheddar Bob's kicked my ass. So it's just like,
It's never the same.
Outdoor grown cherry pie is way better than anything they put on the dispensary shelf.
Well, home grow is better than that.
Yeah.
Home grow is better than the dispensary.
Everything from the dispensary here I tried wasn't that great. Now, it wasn't the worst shit I ever smoked, but you can't look at it, see it. You got home, there were stems in it and something, and then I wouldn't even be happy with stems like that if I was buying this on the street. How the fuck are they going to sell me,
Yeah, now that was the flour. The flour we felt was pretty much garbage, but we did try some like shatter, some butter.
That's why I go. I can't make that kind of stuff, so I buy it there.
Yeah, that was our thinking. We're not making this. We're not doing this. Why not try it? And I'm telling you, there was like great flavors. I thought it was nice. It kicked my ass. Some of it was good. Some of it I thought, wonder how my hash almost is just as good, tasty, and gets me just as high. What am I doing smoking this dispo shit,
I got some live sugar yesterday, and I also, my friend turned me on to some diamonds in terp sauce. If you've never had that, oh my gosh, that stuff is great.
Diamonds in terp sauce, that sounds
awesome. The diamonds are THC, pretty high THC, but they don't have much of a taste at all. The terp sauce is absolute heaven. It just tastes so good. It just lingers too.
Hey, I gotta say my apologies to Texas Grown. He finally got hooked up there, and I kind of got caught up in shaking these seeds and everything else, and didn't give him a chance to say hello or test his mic or anything. So how's it going, Texas Grown? No mic yet?
Dead air.
Give me a minute. You can hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, just give me a minute. I'm finishing getting set up.
That's your time.
Take your time. I just didn't want. I don't want to be having sitting there. I'm actually looking for a another coffee here. Maybe. Can we do that?
Let me go talk to the barista.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, my dear.
You just gave me the coffee.
She is.
I'll drink to that.
That's
Holy
one of-
smoke.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Oh, there's Texas Grown. He's got his.
This is my dedication to Smart.
I love it, man. I love it. Wait till my wife has, you have to show her when she comes back. I'll get you on the spotlight here.
I'll be back in a second.
All right, buddy.
Here's the Jack Greenstock Alto.
Yes, Jack Greenstock. Speaking of which, I got
I just popped one of his velvet punch beans the other day. Got it grown.
Oh yeah.
So I'm
He talks
excited.
about that a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, he does. I've seen it. I've seen the results though. I haven't
Yeah.
tasted it, but it looks great.
He
Camera.
says it's good. He says it's good. It's probably good.
I believe him.
hey, I want to say tell Ronnie Walker, my grandma always told me you get more flies with honey than you do vinegar, my friend. So and I wouldn't call anybody names. That's pretty gotta say across the internet. So you know, let the dude, he has his opinion and you have yours.
Have we got a time limit here?
Hell no, man. Not unless you got somewhere to be.
No, I was just wondering how long you guys was gonna be, because you know
Kill my
this is
stomach.
an odd time. This is an odd time for your show. That's all.
Yeah, no, this is just a random live, man. We figured it's the holiday.
Okay. No, I'm fine with that. I just wanted to know because this is the first time I've ever seen you on this time of day.
Yeah, it's not, and it's not very common that we just bust out and go live.
I jump on a lot more, but sometimes at night when y'all all on, I'm in bed because I gotta get up at 1 or 2 o'clock in the stupid morning.
Oh yeah, you got to go with the tide, huh?
The tides don't, they don't wait for nobody. You gotta be there when that tide goes, or you miss out.
Talk to the moon, right?
Yeah, whatever time it is, night or morning, it's.
Yeah.
I got up at 3 this morning, so. I gotta go find my seed case. I'm missing a seed case.
Uh-oh. That's funny because I was getting those ones out and I was looking, I was thinking, boy, we really do I got 3 different packs and got them separated from regs and pounds.
Good dang thing.
Well, I was happy to get on just to see if this thing worked because I had trouble with a video conference with a doctor once. So, but everything is good.
Yeah, see, you didn't try your camera.
No, I haven't tried the camera actually. No, I haven't. I don't even know where the camera setup is actually. But I'm not down in the room, so
Okay.
I'm on the couch.
There's supposed to be a camera somewhere.
He's
There's,
couch
I
dog.
wanted to say
Every
hi to-
time I go downstairs, my stupid Zoom drops me.
Oh,
I have
yeah.
I have good internet too. I don't understand that.
I'm
Real high speed.
I got my router about 10 inches from my laptop.
Nice.
What do we got here? Uh-huh.
I'm surprised I'm hanging on this long. Oh, snack, Aroni.
She got the cake out for us. Cake and coffee.
Boy,
With a fat joint.
that looks good.
Yeah, man. Hey, Artman's like, you sons of bitches. Everywhere.
Listen, you sons of bitches.
Yeah,
What you talk about?
You're making me hungry.
that's it.
You know what's crazy is this is my birthday
Comedian.
cake. It's been
Ah,
some time. I froze it and I thought, I'll break it out as an experiment, see how it went. And it went great. My birthday cake now, after being in the freezer, tastes just as good as it did on my birthday. These many days later.
That's right, baby. That's right.
did that with my buds one time.
There you go.
Yum.
I'm gonna post up.
How do I get the camera to work?
You have to, yeah. See, I'm glad you did that. If you when you or you're on your phone, right?
Correct.
Touch the screen. You have to touch the screen, and it should come up a I'm pretty hot. Man.
Oh, baby, I'm sorry.
I'm pretty hot. What should come up?
It's awesome. Okay.
I'm trying to think how it works here. Why don't you log in with your phone?
Touch the screen.
Yeah. Give me one. My phone, my glasses out. Let's
Let
see
my
what
wife
we can
log
do.
in. Here, put this mask on in case it blasts you.
So-
Oh, yeah.
Can I ask you a question here about Zoom?
Hell yeah.
Here, you can-
I don't know
Okay, so I see there's a chat icon down at the bottom of my browser. Does that bring up the chat that's like YouTube chat, or this is the first time I've been on Zoom?
No, you can click that, but all that is a chat between everybody that's actually here on the Zoom.
Okay,
No,
okay, it's okay. All right. Thank you very much.
but you can open the second window and split the screen. I don't particularly like doing that, but you can.
Oh, I don't want to do that. I'll just turn my TV back on.
Okay. Sounds like looks like the wife's gonna join here with hers.
Ding dong.
Shut this one off.
Somebody's at the door.
I'm gonna mute myself here and I'll go in there with her. In the grow room now. She changed the rooms.
So while you guys are doing that, I got something else to say. I've heard a lot of people talking about your canitrol. So on the Guerrero show, they're kind of interested in learning more about it because everybody says it's bunk, but you guys say it's a pretty good item, and I know it is kind of high price for some people, but if you like weed, you probably ought to give it a try.
Yeah, man, it's those guys are welcome to their opinion, man. If they don't,
It is other people's opinions. I know, I understand that.
I'm
So,
curious how.
but I'm just saying, you guys ought to jump on there sometime and tell them just what the good and the bad is about the stupid thing. You guys got one. You guys got two. I mean, yeah, you probably are pretty well pro at that, right?
Yeah, and I love it. But one thing I refuse to do is defend the reasons for buying it. It works. It works great. But
Well, no, sir. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. I just the community wants to know, just like the Herbs Now. Eagle put the Herbs Now people on, and people were fucking bad mouthing the dude, and it's like, holy crap, the guy's got a good product. Give it a chance.
hey, when we
That's
posted
all.
when we posted our thing, we actually posted the link for the Herbs Now jar because we told people this is also one that works. It's cheaper and you might be more up your alley. We know it's not for everybody,
Yes.
but I've literally harvested 2 pounds and couldn't stand to smoke any of it. And that's a big empty feeling in my stomach. It hurt my feelings. It broke my heart. I was pissed at myself and I was like, damn it. So when that came along and it was recommended to me, I figured, you know what? I don't have kids. I work hard for my money. I do whatever I want. And I want one of these. I'm going to try it. And I'll be damned, man. It was.
I'd love to have one because drying weed is the hardest part about growing it sometimes.
They are badass, man. And I tell you what, I've never smoked any of our buds before they just come out of there so perfect. And that's the one thing I try to tell people is it's that badass that you almost sound like you're overselling the product or whatever. And I always tell people, I don't even care if you use my code. It's not even about that. You could buy one, use someone else's code, but get yourself one, man. It's good. The only reason we got a code is because I told them if I recommend this to someone, it would be cool if they could save money. And we actually, my wife and I, we helped change their whole platform over there, how they did it. Before it was totally different. And there was no incentive for the person using the code. It would just be the incentive for the person who had the code. And so we changed that,
This is just what I want to do. Just tell people that, it's out there and, people are going to say they like it or they don't like it. So.
All right, let me mute this. We'll come back to this.
Chat rocks. Look at all the people in chat. Let's be buds. Toasties burn. GI 420 community videos. Cheers. Wow, we're picking up some awesome people in here.
Let's see here.
Texas grown, we got ya.
Hey, can you guys hear us?
Yep.
Ah, cool. So we're on this camera now, and here, you hold this. Let me
Okay,
run
yeah.
back over there.
I was just
Wow.
so you guys could see me. See, I still have technical difficulty. So you guys were like seeing all that, my party cup and stuff.
Wow, that looks fantastic. Holy crap. I like, see, that's where the money is. Some those pots seem to be like really killer type. 5-gallon bucket just don't do it. Ding dong. Somebody disconnect that doorbell.
Yeah.
We have. Let me see here. I did something wrong.
Okay.
Let me go.
Hey Nova, cheers.
We're having some
Small tubes.
technical difficulty.
Yeah, we're just gonna hang on, wait for you. Like good zoomies do. There you go.
Hey.
Okay.
I got mine in a plastic bag. I hate that. I wish they had one. Mine's in a plastic bag. Sucks.
Hey, Texas weed grown. As soon as we're done here, we're gonna put you on the spotlight. I should have did that first, and I didn't. Hold on, let me turn this on.
No, that's fine. Do what you got to do. No rush.
No, this is about we want our guests to be able to get on here.
I'm figuring out.
Yeah, but this is your show. This is your show, dude. You do what you want.
I'm figuring out.
Never mind the video. This is your show.
And then you can show them up here what we got. It's reading 81.8 on the I got the heat mat underneath that.
Where's the green fingers?
Oh, Bingus. He's a good old dude.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, I like Bingus.
My grow is lacking so bad. That looks so impressive compared to what I look at in my tent. Cause I'm sitting in a place where I can't grow that good right now. And it's sad. I can do it outdoor rocks. Not quite as good as that. Even my outdoor don't rock as good as that right there. Won't that look good? Man.
Hey, we got lucky, man. They're doing okay. We only vegged them for 27 days. So the return on investment won't be our best ever, but they look,
yeah, but
I'm very grateful to have them, you know?
Show them this peanut butter bread.
Our buds don't get that big up here. We can't freaking grow long enough. It seems like all I'm doing is trying to find a strain I can grow outdoors and have it go. You can't even get, I didn't even get till halfway through October this year.
Here, I'll take you underneath. You'll see they stack down pretty low.
Look at the size of, holy smoke.
27-day veg.
Yeah, they're really stinky. We got like this is 7 weeks and a couple days.
Those are, geez, pop can sized.
They're
Sub Cool used to go in and rah. You guys get yours netted up. He used to go in and wrestle with them.
Look at this. Look at me swimming in my abilities on this one, man.
See, that's where I'm at. That's what that inside I could get away with doing something like that better than the bigger plant. Believe me or not. It's just like I like to have about 50 of them in a tent. Right there.
Someday I'm gonna do that, W Digger. We're gonna put a whole bunch of half-gallon.
I would like to too. I would like to. We're unlimited seedlings. You could just add thousands. It don't matter. We got some cool laws here, but just the rec and the medical screwing everything up. Hash time.
All right, here I'll give
I'm gonna Yeah, go spotlight someone else.
I'll come back when we step
I'm trying like hell to give you some
Oh, I
video,
love
but I
that.
can't do it.
So it's been a pleasure being here, guys. I've wanted to do this for quite a while.
I don't want to kick you out.
No, that's fine. Thanks for helping me out.
Yes.
Well, good morning.
Morning.
How you doing, Digger? Thanks for
Oh,
sharing your
shoot.
knowledge with us today, man.
My knowledge is sometimes in the gutter.
That's all right. You got years of
got
experience
big
we
old-
could all learn from.
I got one of them big old grow books, and I still don't know shit. So
I wanted to welcome New York John to the show. Thanks for
It's a
stopping in.
promised land.
Hell yeah.
I was thinking about the turkey yesterday, just saying.
Let me.
Oh yeah. Pee Peeps, my buddy Pee Peeps, he sends his
Nice.
warmest regards and happy Thanksgiving. But then he also says under his breath that he swears he'll have his revenge for you guys' hostility towards his people.
Ah.
There you go. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm a
So-
lover
so
of
Texas grown. Are they sitting on the tarp?
I've got a tarp underneath it, yeah.
Okay, for water spillage, mostly.
Yeah, just to keep it out of my carpet for now.
Okay,
yeah,
so that's an indoor in your bedroom, right? You in a
it's
bedroom?
it was a walk-in closet. Now it's a walk-in grow room.
Oh, good. I had a trailer one time with a walk-in closet, and I had 150 watt high pressure sodium, and I grew golf balls like those. So it's doable. I love the walk-in closet thing.
Yeah, this one was just kind of thrown together. I wasn't trying to even the canopy out or anything. I'm just, pulling them as they finish and getting ready for
Yep.
the next round. I've got some other plants.
So is that an auto watering or is that a DWC? I think it's an auto watering, isn't it?
Oh no,
You've got auto watering?
no,
No?
those are just those pots underneath are just to elevate it to get them closer to being
Closer to the light. Yep.
so my
Even canopy.
Yeah, so my canopy wasn't off so
Yep.
much because this one here is an OG and it's like 50 inches from the top of the pot to here. So
Hey,
yeah, they're long
looks
and
like, I think it looks like a girl, not an old guy.
yeah, that's a face off OG. I didn't realize how old of a strain face off was.
Yeah.
That comes from the early 90s.
Oh, geez. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a Yeah, it was a real
Seems
pain.
like
to
everybody
grow.
wants to get in.
I've got a whole mixture of things going on here. This one is a Skittles with an Afghani cross, and I've never grown
Okay.
Skittles before or anything with cookies or Skittle, any of that stuff. But man, this one
I
right
grew
here,
cookies.
this one here is really, man, loud. Oh man, it's pungent and I can't wait to get
Does
into
it smell? Does it
It's-
smell like candy?
It's got a little bit of a sweet, but it's got a real heavy pungent, like a kick to it. I guess that's the Afghani.
Yeah, that's the gas.
Yeah,
Gas. Love the gas. Yep.
it's
Love the
it's-
gas.
It's a sharp smell. And this one is I grow some of them in little pots just to test them out, but this one is the same thing. And you talk about uniformity. I mean, it's the exact same smell, and usually you don't get that out of seeds, especially F1s. But it's surprising how uniform that this line is.
Those
And then I've got
those are beautiful.
a couple of bubble gums, the old school bubble gum. This one here is bubble gum to the name. It's pink bubble gum. I mean, it smells it. Everything.
Bazooka.
Yeah, it smells
Bazooka.
just like a pack of bazooka gum. But it doesn't have a real strong kick to it or anything. But then the other pheno out of that bubblegum pack is this one, and it's bubblegum, but it's dank. I mean, it's got a heavy deep dankness to it. Smells really nice.
I love the smell of weed.
I think it's going to be pretty
Love
good.
the smell of weed.
Huh?
Motherfucker.
I said, yeah, I love the smell of weed.
Yeah. I'm just for being bubblegum, it's got a really heavy dankness to it. It's nice. This one in the corner has got some crazy thing going on. These stems are burgundy. I mean,
All purple.
they're
Purple.
fully
Yep,
burgundy.
I've seen that before.
Yeah, it's not a magnesium deficiency or calcium, any of that. They're naturally
No,
purple.
no.
I mean,
Yep,
I've never
yep, I've seen that before too.
Yeah, I've seen it one other time where they're that dark and that, consistent. But
My friend's outdoor almost every year gets a purple plant, like the purple stem plant, rather.
yeah, that's the only other time I've seen it was on outdoor. But this face-off plant, oh man, I just love the way its buds are stacking up. Trying to get a clear image here, but
Yeah, it's pretty good. It looks good.
Yeah, these are all golf balls except up here. It's got a really nice, cone spear shape to it. All of them are exactly the same. It was expensive that seed, the pack that I bought from Archive, but it's nice. I can't wait to get into the rest of them because I think I can find one that's going to smell a little better, or have a little bit more of dankness to it. But this one in the back here, and this other one with the whatever burgundy stems, they're some in-house genetics, which is supposed to be really good, but I'm not very impressed at this point. But it is a 75 day strain, so it's only I'm about halfway through right now. I'm at day 36 today, I believe. But I'm hoping
Geez,
more.
I was just gonna ask you that.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get more out of it because otherwise that's going to be a disappointment as much as they cost me. But anyway, I've still got 7 of them out of the 10 pack. So
at least as a sample, though, you can kind of find out.
yeah, they're not very big buds, which I expected that. But I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna wait on that one. But all these other ones are really just popping off right now. Really, the best the grow rooms. It's the best that it smells of all.
I love that when your room smells good, it puts you in a good mood. Like that when the house smells like dank, it's hard to be in a foul mood when you got all those good smells. And your garden is beautiful. You're growing weed, you're growing cannabis, and I think it's beautiful.
Too.
I love the variety. Spice of life.
Look how close the bathroom is for water and stuff.
That's why I don't spend a lot of time on the canopy right on this grow, because I've been growing a lot of variety, so I'm trying to bounce them all back and forth and still come out good quality. And it's hard when you have different size different size, different requirements. It can be difficult trying to manage the light and everything and get it all. These here by the time those are ready, these should be ready to flower. So my only dilemma right now is I'm out of smoke.
That so you just came on that one.
Bad dilemma.
I ran out last
Yeah.
night, and I keep getting on myself for giving too much away. And then I call people that I give away to see if they can help me out for the next week or so. And nobody wants to help you, so it's one of them things. I need to quit giving it out if people are gonna not.
Yeah, I hope that good karma comes back to you, because that's an awesome thing, giving it away. And sometimes that's just enough fun. That's just as much fun, hooking your friends up and getting that feedback,
Yeah, none of them had asked for it. I just there's a guy at a convenience store down the road that I felt bad for a couple of times. So I just show up with a package, for him. And then the guy at the pipe smoke shop, I'll just show up and throw him a magic bag, and did that several times on this last round. And man, I didn't think I was going to put myself short like I did, but
the world needs more people like that. It's just hooking a brother up or a sister up because they just don't have it, and you do, and that's commendable.
Yeah, I just like to see their reaction when I've never had anybody just walk up out of the blue and pull around here what costs, could cost $100 a quarter, and somebody throw it to you for free. And
no doubt. Yeah, that doesn't happen around here.
No, and yeah, it sucks. I wish I could drop some in the mail for you, man.
I'm sure I could scrape up Keith and stuff. I mean, I shouldn't be having to do that, because I had a nice run last run, but I only had 2 plants, but they were both full and big, anyway, it'll be fine. I just topped these all last night, and I transplanted them the night before. So they should start to take off here. I'm going to mainline everything and just, I'm trying to figure out if you had to choose between a 4x and a 5x, what would any recommendations?
5x.
5x?
5x.
I just bought me.
You go around. Leave yourself room to walk in your tent.
I got a brand new 4x4, and I wished I had room for a 5x5 because it would have been a little bit better.
Yeah, who was that talking the first time?
I think
Artman.
or Artman, man.
I'm not sure. I can't see the
Artman.
screen.
Yeah,
but
it's me.
yeah, so you're 5x. You're thinking. I was just worried, with the lights that I
I
have.
leave myself a little room. You don't want to be tight, You
Yeah.
give lots of circulation. If you have room for it.
If I had to do it again, I would have bought a different light. But the way I started out, thinking I wasn't going to do but little stuff, and then it's just so damn addicting. I kept getting bigger and bigger, and now I could easily do a 5x. But I'm just worried about light spread and stuff, like matching up.
I was going to mention that a lot of lights, like our Medic Grow Smart 8, will easily cover a 5x5 or a 4x4. And I think I agree with these guys. If I could have a 5x5, you could spread your plants out a little more. You can maybe, if you wanted to veg a little longer, you could. It's just easier to work with more space, or you just have more space between your plants to be able to get in there and work and do your thing,
And I'm going to have to agree with Smart and everyone else. The more room, the better, I feel. Because, you have room to spread if your light is going to cover that, and you're going to get even distribution. 5x5 is where I'd be.
Well, that was my other question are you going to get a special light for the tent, or are you trying to use existing light? Because that could very well cover or that could very well dictate how much of a footprint you're able to light efficiently.
Yeah, I'm trying to use what I've got.
Okay.
Because I've got really good lights, and I think I can manage them. Since I grow so many varieties, it would be smart to have the two, because then I could really manage, different phenos under different, if I had a tall side, a lot of stretch on one, then I could, raise it up and do what I got to do. And then if on the other light, usually the Electric Sky, the ES300 version 3, I think it is, two of them will fill a 5 by, I believe, really well.
Okay.
So if
like
mixing that with that Chill Tech, the 3X3 that I have, should be fine. It's just a different type of, one of them's got lenses and it's more directional downward.
Yeah, man. I think if you have the lights already, especially, and you can easily cover a 5 by 5, that should definitely work. For some reason, I'm having a hard problem here. It says Artman's network bandwidth is low, so I put him on Spotlight, but it wouldn't spotlight him. So I'm going to remove Spotlight. It's doing it on YouTube, but it's not spotlighting you on Zoom. So let me try it again.
Well, that's weird.
Are you guys seeing him? Hold on. You got your camera.
I see my screen. I see my garden.
I want to ask everybody that's
I don't
here.
know what others.
When you're looking at
on Zoom, okay, he's on Zoom now.
yeah, I'm seeing a black screen on my Zoom.
Digger.
Yeah, but I'm
No,
seeing,
he's a.
Look
Oh,
up.
no,
yeah,
small.
I do. I see what you're seeing. It's great.
I'm getting a total black screen for you, Artman, here on Zoom, but it's showing you on.
Thing is, YouTube's slower. So we're all on a lag in YouTube.
It
Yeah,
wouldn't be a
see right now.
YouTube show without
A big lag.
How much if you don't mind me asking, Smut and Crispy, what did y'all pay for that Medic Grow the 8?
That's actually a light that was given to us as a test light. We test lights for grow sponsor.
Oh man, that's awesome.
They've sent us the
Yeah, nothing like Furry.
the photo test light. They sent us the Medic Grow light, and that's why we bought a power meter for $600, because we figure we're going to be testing all these different lights as they come out and seeing different things. I want to be able to test this, but we have a code for them, and they have a Black Friday sale. And even if you want to use somebody else's code, I recommend you go get that light. It's a good light. They have a whole lineup of product. The cost per UMO is great. And our code is SMOT, SMOT. And if you use that code with their Black Friday discounts, I think you get free shipping, and you get that light, 760 watts for, it's like less than $500. I want to say it's $400 and some dollars. Maybe it's close to 500, but dude,
that's a great price.
Cost per micromold to be able to light a 5 by 5 tent with full spectrum. You can add on the flowering button, which adds 660 nanometer. So what they did was the red diodes run at 30% whenever it's in veg. And whenever you switch the flower, you push the button and it runs them at 100%. So it's got pretty much it doesn't have 730, which is the new hot thing. But I don't think there's very many lights that do right now. And the ones that do are charging a lot because you think it's that special. And
I was going to ask you about that Apogee meter I saw you using. If that was new or not.
It's not the EPAR 610 sensor. It is the MQ500, which only measures PAR in the McCree spectrum from 4 to 700. And
that's fine.
Because we know where to have that light, what is hitting the canopy. But we definitely want the new.
And I want the new meter. I want the new meter, and I'm saving up.
We're saving it up.
And what I do have a very good idea in my mind of what percentage I could add on to that based on what Doc's Coco and these guys are getting on some of their EPAR reviews. And so, there's definitely a small window there of more photosynthetic photons that you want to count. But I think that there's not so many that the measurements we're getting are completely whacked. You could always just add a little bit to it, I guess, now that we know that spectrum is directly impacts photosynthesis. So, but yeah, that's a lot of fun to test these lights, man. And, the nice thing about it is we're told to give honest reviews. There's only one thing about the MediGrow Smart 8 that we did not like, and that was the timer. There's a timer built into it, but it drifts. So if you're setting your light up for flower, by the time you get to the end of flower, say you set it to go off at 1 o'clock, it'll be 4 o'clock by the time it's done. And that can be stressful for a plant. That's something that they've fixed. I've been told they've since fixed that since we got our light. But I always tell people, make sure you ask when you're ordering it, because that's the only downfall to that light that I found. I just run it on an old school timer and turn it off. But using the timer gives you a sunrise and sunset effect, which I now don't use. It's easier for me not to. But some people really want that, and it's there. They had to fine tune it a little bit. I believe my light still has the one that drifts, and I don't know because I didn't test it. So that's
our bases.
That's honest. But yeah, I want to say this: even with not using the timer, say you just take that away, it's still the best quality light for that cost per. It's like 32 cents a micromole.
I think we did.
And here's the other thing, though. There's Spider Farmer lights. There's all these other lights that are just as good, but they do have a little bit more of a premium price. And, it's like one of those things. It's hard to explain. You can drive a Honda to work, or you can drive a Bugatti, or somewhere in between. Everybody's different. They all get you there. They're all reliable. They do. They're all producing light. It's all the same light. So, spectrum is important, but most of these lights are full spectrum. So, there's not like.
Well, one thing I can say is growing buds under that light. I can see how I'm amazed at the 27-day veg. I thought that we were cheating ourselves. I think a couple days could have helped, but you know what? I'm really impressed. I'm proud of those buds. That light just seems like a great light. The flowers love it. One thing we love about that light, right, babe, and some of the other big lights are you can bring them down a little lower, dim them, and still get good distribution, depending on what space you're in. If you're in a tent like ours, you can lower it down, run it at 60%. You'll never fall below 700 on the edges, and you'll never have more than 1,000 in the middle. And it's like the win-win-win. The light runs more efficient when it's dimmed. You're spending less money. You're cooling less if that's a problem, or whatever. And yeah, you have to account for all that. We all know as growers, you got to account for the heat, moisture, everything in your grow area.
That's for any light.
Take it into consideration when you're.
I'm not here to sell anybody anything. That's any light size. That's something, parameters you should check out.
As far as the meter is concerned, 730 for the amount that people run on the far red doesn't accumulate to a whole lot as far as micromoles and stuff. But so the one y'all have is perfectly fine in my eyes. I've got a par meter as well. It's just as good as the Apogee, but it was a little bit cheaper.
Photo bio.
One thing,
Is it the photo biometer?
Yes.
Okay.
And,
yeah, a lot of people use that meter. Hell yeah, man! It's good to have. That's a handy tool, And I always tell people if you plan on buying a light and using it the same light for a good while, you really don't need a meter. You just kind of got to figure it out and then run with it. But if you're going to get a different light almost every grow, that's why we got ours, But that photo bios, a lot of people use that. That's a great meter.
Yeah, I took a metal ruler and hooked up my as an extension, but yeah, it's just a Phantom Photo Bio, but I've seen a lot of top growers using them, and fully supporting them. And then I did a test of my own side by, and it was pretty damn close to being the same. But one thing I did want to bring up was when I was in my room, it was Wednesday morning, I guess. Everything looked fine. I left my room for an hour or two, came back, and all the big fan leaves and stuff were just drooped down on every plant. I mean, it looked like everything died in here. And I was in a state of I was freaking out, man, because I couldn't figure out how everything could have died on me that quick. And what it was my heater in my house, I guess, created sort of a microclimate that wasn't picked up on my, I've got a sensor in here, right here, hanging, and all that looks fine, but or I don't know if the heater can affect your oxygen levels and stuff, but man, everything just, I'm lucky they all recovered. I caught it quick enough. Had I not been home, I would have walked into a dead room. But be careful this winter with heaters and running your house or your lung rooms or whatever too warm, because it'll affect them plants really quick when you have them under 800, 900 micromoles.
That's a great point. And that's, unfortunately, we learned that the first year we moved into this house. We were going from an environment that we were comfortable, used to, had dialed in perfectly the house, and everything went, if it could go wrong, it could go wrong the whole way through. And yeah, that's a good point, because you got to be mindful of your conditions.
Ooh, it's a scary feeling, especially when you're out of bud and your whole room looks like it just was lost.
Well, I cried. I cried when we killed those plants. I cried. I was like, that was a big hurt piece for me. And I said to Tara, I got it out of my system. I'm like, we're gonna kick ass harder next time.
I ran around and I was going, oh no, shit, what happened? Shit, oh no.
It goes right to your stomach. Like immediately I feel it in my stomach, and I feel like puking, really. It just goes right there, and my body betrays me every single time. My emotions get real heavy and high like that. It goes to my stomach, and I'm like, oh man. And then it's the waterworks.
Exactly. And I almost, if they wouldn't have responded, and then I was low on water, so I gave them something I've never done, gave them cold chlorinated water out the tap. But I was just, and that's another thing with your pots, making sure that you don't have what do they call it, hydrophobic areas in your pots. And it's easy to do when you water and think your pot is full, but in reality there's spots in there that don't take to the water unless you saturate them specifically for that area. And then you've got dry roots sitting in there, and then your roots will start dying off because they don't have water to them. And so when you water, they say watering the plant is one of the hardest things to do, and that's kind of true. Watering them correctly.
That's true, especially in soil, mainly.
Yes. And so everybody might want to watch out for that.
When we're growing in soil, we're oftentimes on a teeter-totter, man. And you teeter-totter between having too much moisture or hypoxia and not enough oxygen, or if it's dry back, you go and kind of swinging the other way. You're getting more oxygen and less water. So it's always kind of like a balancing act. And if you can really balance that well, you can keep a good solid growth rate in the soil.
Yeah, you're right.
And I think you've said before, there's always room for all of us to expand and get better in our grows and try to understand the plant a little better. So it seems like just as you've been coming on here, Texas, it seems like you've actually, it's cool to see that you're helping, you get to see more of an understanding as they're growing out. And I think if you moved into a tent and did a few things different, you would have more, you'd be able to hand out those quarter ounces without ever running out, my friend.
That's why I asked that's why I asked the question about which would y'all go with, because I'm looking at buying one now that it's, there's deals right now. And I noticed when I use my 2x4, I mean, it's a world of difference when you have reflective walls and bottom. The plants just grow so much more evenly and less you have to do to get them to grow evenly. I found it much better to grow with reflective walls. Some people might not agree, but I definitely think it helps.
Yeah, no doubt. I think it sure does help. You get a lot of less, what they call overspill is light that never reflects back, and at least when you're in a tent, you only really lose the reflective losses. It'll either hit the tent wall, bounce into the canopy, or hit the canopy directly. So, the one thing we like to say is you can picture it as a well. If you're standing there pouring something into a skinny well, it builds up quicker, right? Your densities will build up quicker. If you're pouring something the same amount of water into a big round well, it lays real thin. So that's why you would, that's kind of how you can picture that with light and how it comes out of the light, how you're putting it in a tighter environment, capturing all those photons. There's like
fire in the bowl.
Yeah,
fire in the bowl.
Let's. Hey, I just want to say, because you guys we were all talking about the quantum sensor and measuring the light, and that's and I just want to say that ruler, I love that you repurposed that for the extender. I think that's pretty cool. But that being said, they're costly, and you don't have, if you go to Doc's website, he does these reviews on his YouTube channel.
Yep.
We'll get that link posted. And he does the work for you. If the light is, if you have a light and he's done a review, he's going to give you the hanging height, and he takes a lot of that guesswork out, because you can't see, that it's, is my light enough? Do I are my densities,
right
there? If you're not sure, there's a lot of good information over Cocoa for Cannabis, and I just want to give a shout out to Doc.
What's happening to New York John over there? He's being pretty quiet. I wanted to give him a chance to say hello. And how was your holiday, man?
Well, hey, Smot, how's it going, man? Good to see you and Crispy. And like I said earlier, good to see you, Digger. Hey, thank you, Art Man, for showing us that. And thank you, Texas Grown, for showing us that. Yeah, man, we've been okay. Just was having some internet withdrawal kind of, and here on out of state visiting with family for the Thanksgiving holiday. And yeah, man, I
that's
just
cool.
thought I'd pop in and say hi to everybody, see what everyone's doing. There was a lull in the program for a minute, and then everybody popped on. So I figured,
Yeah. Join us right out of town.
Sometimes silence is the most constructive thing for something like this.
Yeah.
So many people around.
We were talking about your farm yesterday. We saw that turkey, and we were talking because it kind of looped together. We were talking about buying alpaca socks. We heard that they were like these really warm socks and shit. I'm thinking,
oh yeah.
And then
Hey,
we were
Ryan.
What's that?
Hey, Ryan. Dave's not here. There's all kinds of people in chat.
Oh yeah. Cheers. Dave's not here. Ryan Krakowski.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm with you on that.
See, now you get more popular, say.
Oh,
yeah.
No doubt.
W Digger's looking for Instagram followers. If you can go over to his Instagram, give him a follow. And I'm happy to be with y'all here, because like you.
Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe and thumbs up this channel too.
Thank you.
I had your link up there once. I don't know where I did with your webpage there.
Yeah, alpacas definitely make some good wool. alpacas.
We were thinking about, we were going to get some of those. And I was like, speaking of that turkey, I said, he has, what was they, llamas?
Alpacas, yeah, alpacas, sheep,
You have alpacas.
goats, turkeys, chickens, a couple house cats.
And you
Fish.
harvest their fur, I'm sure they're the alpaca.
Yeah, we do every year, the sheep and the alpacas. We've actually got quite a stock of like loose fiber, and we had some sent out because, in order to make it into yarn, first you gotta clean it up, separate the stuff you want from like the A grade from the B grade, like we do when we harvest, and then you have it like spun. They first they turn it into roving, which is like they get it all kind of in a nice line. It's not like a rope or a string, but it's like they have all the wool kind of all facing the right direction. So the next step would be taking the hunk of roving and feeding it onto a spinner, right, or sending it off to have it spun into yarn. And that's when they, that's when you like, it has this type of twist or this type of weave or this type of thickness or this type of whatever. But yeah, alpacas are great. They're like they could be like in pretty hot conditions, but mostly like, it's Peru and like, the cold parts of like the Andes mountains and stuff like that. They're good. I've never tried to use one as a pack animal. I don't really have to move stuff around, but yeah, definitely they really like it when it's like raining. I don't think they get super wet. I think that's something about their wool, and then they love it when it's cold. They definitely don't. They thrive in it. It doesn't bother them. Yeah, if you can get alpaca socks, alpaca mittens, or if you do any, I don't know if anyone here does any sort of knitting or whatnot, yeah, alpaca fiber, it's kind of a thing. I think there's a company on Facebook right now who's been trying to promote alpaca socks for the holidays. So,
I'll take some poo.
Yeah, we get a lot of poo. Hey, $16 if you want, I can get you alpaca poo.
I'll take some of that.
Yeah, $16 a pound. Yeah.
Fill me up a bag.
He said $16 a pound in free shipping, I hope. Huh?
People in Illinois buy one alpaca and put them in a flock of sheep, and the coyotes come up. I saw a video of this, and the coyote just looked at it.
Yep.
He didn't know what the hell he was looking at.
Yeah, they're
an
very
alpaca
protective.
will stop them. Yeah, alpaca will stop the crap out of them.
They're definitely herd guardians, and that was why we picked up our first alpaca. We do got coyotes by me and everything.
Yeah, they're tough.
The alpaca tries to attack the wolf if it tries to attack the sheep. Is that what you're saying?
They're very protective.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, they get aggressive that way. They're very protective. They're not very predatorial. They don't have a lot of defense mechanisms, but they're bold as fuck, and they're definitely taller than most predators.
Well, the coyotes don't know what to think of them, though. They've never seen anything like that. It's it's got a 3-foot head above all the other sheep. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah, they're good. They're good lookouts, and they're very they're sort of like an anxiety personified. They're like always on high alert.
That is pretty cool, man. Here's the bad
like
part.
Digga.
I seen a freaking. I went digging about the alpaca socks, and I come across this article, and it's been stuck in my head. And it said some people are against the alpaca socks because a lot of places that shear them, they crank them down on these big racks and they shear them. And they said you ought to hear these things. They scream and yell. They often get their legs messed up. And so I'm like, what the hell? And it sounded like they were running some kind of a alpaca sweat farm and treating them bad and shit. I'm like, I don't want to support that by buying those socks,
Yeah, there's no reason for it, man. Like I said, you stick them in a herd, they do a second job, you put them all together. You have to keep the males separate from the females, and most people who are keeping alpacas aren't keeping them for breeding. So you might as well have males. And if you don't have any females, they don't have to be weathered. They have a pretty healthy, hormonal system. They walk around pretty normal. But when they get in like heat, or the females go in heat and those guys start rutting, like apparently they get like absolutely crazy. So we've never fucked around with females or breeding or anything like that. But yeah, no, I mean, you get quite a bit of wool from them. Like I said, it's very good. But we've had sheep and we've had, alpacas for about 5 years now. And we've got all this like raw wool and roving and whatnot, but I've never seen an alpaca like a mitten or a scarf or anything. Like we're both working individuals with part-time hustles and a kid. So we don't find much time for
I want the whole suit, bro.
Well, you have to have the right equipment, right? Yeah. Like I've watched that process. Like I didn't know what the machines were, but
you got to have a spinning wheel first.
Yes. I saw how they take it. you know, get it in that straight line that you were talking about, and then it goes soft to like twisting it, spinning it, and then.
And that's the thing, you got to have your hands free to do that, and you got to have time to sit there and be patient. And you know, we go to like the local farmers market down in like the charming little town we live down the street from, and there's always out there on Saturdays or Sundays, there's late, you know, older women, you know, sitting around spinning yarns, basically sitting around just talking about town. And you know, that's and I think if you send it off like those internet companies, that's basically the same thing too. It's, you know, people who have the dexterity and the patience and the time for it. You know, I don't think it pays very well. I think it's usually a labor of love or a hobby, or, you know, yeah. Yeah, but you know, people really like you know, those yarn ladies and the people who with the knitting and the crocheting, they get like a real boner, or an old lady boner for like wool that comes from a single animal, right? It is not aggregated together, you know, single source wool. And you know, that's something that we're kind of doing. So I don't know, we haven't turned profit on it yet. We've kind of been in the mix, you know, we're collecting so much wool, you know, but never saw myself as a shepherd, you know, never had ideations of farm life. We're both kids from like the DC metro area, you know, pretty suburban living. And then, so, you know, upstate New York and a farm and animals, we've kind of jumped both feet first into it, and, you know, still trying to figure it out, you know.
I think
otherwise it's just a joy to have animals, you know, to watch them all get along and to form relationships. And those alpacas, those boys, they absolutely love it when, like, you know, a little baby goat is born or a little baby lamb is born. Like, they get super excited. They come over and sniff it and lick it. And, you know, they're interesting animals, definitely. We don't have any of them that are like particularly friendly with us, you know, but they don't need to be.
Respect from a
not pets. Yeah, not pets.
Not
but,
pets.
You know.
They have a purpose to serve. I have mad respect for what you and your family's doing.
Now, if you want a house pet, I'll tell you, turkeys. You can't go wrong with a Narragansett.
Hey, as I was in Turkey, I was thinking, you know, this animal makes a great pet.
Seeds.
I thought they were mean.
Well, it depends how you raise them, I guess. The one who I raised is very, very personable, and the other ones who, you know, were hatched and raised by mommies and whatnot, you know, that weren't raised by us, they have their own thing going on. They get along well with the chickens. They walk among them. They hang out. Even my guy Peep Peeps, he sleeps out in the barn with everybody. He's a bit of a protector to the rest of them.
Hey,
when the chicks were born, the chicken chicks were born this year, he sat, you know, next to the pen with all the mothers, you know, for like weeks at a time. Yeah.
When he was sick, man, he was in your house, and I'm like, check dude out.
That's right. Yeah.
That's when I first met you. I was like, holy shit. Like,
yeah, we got him back to health, but yeah, we had to do an intervention and bring him inside. And he seemed to like that after the, you know, he'll come inside on his own if you leave the door open, but he seemed to, like, the first day he was like, I don't want to be in here, I don't feel good. And the second and third day he's like, I don't want to leave. And he was in for like a week, and end of the week it was like, you got to get out now, go outside, do turkey things. Yeah. So that's how you grow cannabis indoors. There you go.
Yeah.
All that. Hey, Art, can you try turning your camera sideways, or are you locked? I'm trying to watch the chat. Does it look glitchy?
I don't know. Let me see.
Watching chat.
Does it look glitchy to you guys, or like it's tiling? There we go. Look at that.
Ooh, he got the big HLG.
Looks finer than a new set of snow tires in there, brother.
Beautiful.
We got him spotlighted on Sundays, so I don't want to ask him too many questions, because he's going to be our. And then what we were going to do is talk to the art man for the first hour and hang out, and then the second hour we'll open it up and see if other people want to come on.
Is that who's coming on Sunday?
Art man, yeah, right here.
Okay.
That's why he's testing out of stuff. Now, see, it's telling me right now that you have low bandwidth, Art, and it's making you really slow.
I don't know why though, because I have Comcast high speed.
Because I think it's in a grow room. every time I see somebody go in a grow room, I go off.
That's true. They lose the signal, don't they?
Seems to be the grow room.
It's the Faraday effect, man.
Oh, I'm all messed up now.
No, it's that silver stuff in there. Looks like tin foil.
Oh, the stuff on the walls. Oh, that's
Yeah.
that bubble wrap silver stuff you get from Lowe's. It's insulation.
Yeah, I know, but that's not good for internet.
Oh, I
yeah.
see. Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. Yeah, okay. Yeah, the
But I
foil,
bet it's
right?
good. I bet it's awesome for the grow. That's cool. Keeps it insulated so temperatures stay more. Have you noticed that in your grow area?
This is my first year with it. I just put it up.
Solar flares.
Hey,
Sorry,
Smart,
more
take me off the
questions.
camera so I can
for me.
Let's see some more seeds.
Sold
Seeds.
seeds. Oh man, see
Oh,
what?
you know what?
Yeah, seeds.
The ones I got from Grow Room 420, and
Yeah,
we don't know when we'll get to them. But
right there's Grow Room 420. As you speak, they come to the chat.
That's great.
Yeah.
How is that for synchronicity? My wife just mentioned Grow Room 420. She went over there and she won.
Cheers to them.
Yeah, she went over there and got put on a wheel and won a couple packs of seeds, and they sent them out. She's going down now to get those, and I can't remember exactly what they sent, but here's to them. Grow Room 420.
I've been on the wheel.
I always like going to their show. Maybe they can post their link, and everybody, if you're not already signed up, get signed up.
All right, hey, I'm gonna pop off and make room for the next guy. Just wanted to say, happy holidays and nice to see a little early morning live show over here. And just wanted to pop in and say hi, meet a couple
How many
people.
can you have on here?
Always into making friends. Yep, always into meeting new people, seeing what they have going on. And so yeah, hopers, dreamers, winners, killers. Love you guys all, and we'll see you around.
That is very well said.
Take
Thank you
care.
so much. Indoor Promised Land, New York, John.
Yeah. Thanks for coming while you're hanging out with your family and away from the home, and that's awesome. So yeah, for sure. And by the way, Digger, you can have 20. I think it says up to 100 people, but I think only 25 can be on the screen at one time. The other ones would be in the waiting room, and that's for like some bullshit. I don't.
Okay.
What is that? It's upside down.
You guys are awesome. Every time I ask a question, you're right on it. You guys are awesome.
Yeah, you got me.
Thank you.
We got some Tangerine Punch Femme from Grower's Choice. Watermelon Wedding
Nice.
Feminized. They're awesome to send these seeds out to us. It's always fun to be a part of like the community and in chat. And when you get a giveaway, I don't ever win anything, and I'm like, oh yeah, I was very excited to get these. They have a good show over there. Tuesday, what, Fridays?
Yeah.
Fridays. If someone would be so kind to throw that link up.
Yeah.
I won some the other day, and I gave them to Ned Denver.
Awesome. I like not see that Denver.
Because I'm a weed nerd. He asked me, he says, can I have them? And I said, sure, you can have them. He says, I'll trade you. And I said, no trade, you can have them. Buddy Kilowatt. Cool dude.
Yes,
That's awesome.
that is cool, man.
Spread the grower love, right?
Yeah. Buddy Kilowatt in chat most of the time, or on all kinds of shows.
Yeah.
Hey, old school.
Postal scale. Hell yeah.
Hey,
Right.
who is Grower's
Digger's
Choice?
old school.
Oh, this is cool, man. It's been a lot. It's been fun.
Hey, Smart.
So many good people on here. So many good people to meet.
What's happening, Texas?
Yeah,
Hey,
man.
who is Grower's Choice? I've been seeing them a lot lately.
It's a 420 grow room.
Oh no, he's talking about where
Oh, the
seeds come-
growers.
No,
Yeah,
That's
Grower's
the-
Choice.
the
seeds.
breeder. That's the breeder.
They sell lights. You probably heard of Grower's Choice ROI, return
Yes.
on, and then they sell seeds and shit. But you can get them. I've never bought anything from them directly. No lights.
Oh, okay. I was just curious. I've been seeing them a lot lately, and I just couldn't figure out who's doing the work. Who created that line or whatever.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure. I think they're just like a
I'm
bank.
gonna go to their website if I
Okay.
I had some autoflowers from Growers Choice, and they did pretty well.
Nice. Yeah, I've heard good things about them. I know their lights, they stack up well underneath of a par, you know, their par maps.
Well, their seeds were pretty good.
Yeah. So I'd say
Seeds are good.
I think I'm gonna try Kyle Breeder out here pretty soon. Since he came on the show, I've really been wanting to try his rock candy.
there's somebody named Crop. I'm trying to connect that with
Crop.
Crop.
School of Crop, maybe?
School of Crop. The School of Crop. That's
I can see it on my TV, but
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
they're getting hooked up.
School of Crop.
I threw up a couple links there. in
Hey,
chat.
that
I'm here.
our buddy Weedner DWC there, he's growing the Wake and Bake plant for pure breeding and blew it out of the park, man. Them plants were fat, stacked. He's in the middle of harvesting and doing different things, and it's that's nice. The Wake and Bake.
And someone else is growing their seeds. Another good friend of ours, and it's a part of their growing with my fellow growers.
Seed Person One.
He's got some of his work. If you want to check that out, feel free, folks, to please post those links and share that information. I'm so sorry. I feel like I'm letting chat down, but yeah, my glasses. I got to give them a break for a minute.
What's
you
that?
talking about some Kyle Breeder?
Kyle Breeder. Yeah, that's purebreeding.com. My wife.
Yeah. I'm gonna. Who'd you say is growing them?
Weed Nerd and Seed Person, Weed Nerd DWC. Well, he's doing it as Crack Babies on CFC, and then Seed Person One also has a tent going with some of those.
Hey, what is Crack Baby on YouTube? I mean, yeah, on YouTube. Is he Crack Baby or?
He's Weed Nerd, or it's DWC. Hey, he's in the chat. He just whacked those people for us.
Thank you so much, Weed Nerd. Please post.
Okay, I'll send him a note. I've just been trying to figure out what his name on YouTube was, because I was trying to look him up the other day when y'all said he wasn't here on the show any longer, and was going to drop him a note and figure out. There's so many people listed under, Weed Nerd and all that. So.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Hey, cheers, Crop. I wanted to take time and say hello. We had you on the big screen there. I'm assuming this is School of Crop chat.
Nice buzz. Very purpley.
He doesn't have his microphone
I don't know if
going
his
yet.
microphone.
I like that Walmart bag.
Growing in the Walmart
Like
bag.
that Walmart bag.
He's muted. He's unmuted or not. If he's trying to talk, we can't hear
I
you.
did that a couple times.
I'll click ask to unmute. We're not getting any sound.
I even grew a plant hash
There he
bag.
is. Now we can.
This is a copycat genetics.
Okay.
This is a Dr. Sleep.
That's. I like the Walmart bag. That's pretty interesting.
50 cents.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Come on, man. That's
Walmart
pretty really sick.
Hell yeah, it is. Grown in a Walmart bag.
Is it purple in it? I'm gonna
You know how people get, and I figured this would be fun to be able to say, yeah, well, I do it in a Walmart bag.
That's all. There's good aeration there. I can see right in there.
Well, I can see by your
Yeah.
plant you got nice
yeah.
aeration. Your plant looks.
And you got them big handles, so maybe when it was young, it might have been easy to tote around and do your thing. And, yeah.
Yeah.
That thing looks like it might be turning purple. I was trying to get in there.
Yeah, it is.
Nice.
Oh yeah, now I can see. Nice work.
Oh,
How's the smell?
Oh, it's stinky.
I bet.
Yeah,
It
you
looks
can see
like
it
one of
there.
those.
man, it looks good.
Yes, it does. It's fading out like nice. I can see the purple coming in. Nice.
Supposed
Very-
to Dave's not here.
Dave's not here. Yeah, this is one of those copycats.
Dave's not here.
Yeah, I figured I'd try it. Everybody talks about copycats herm, copycats herm, copycats herm. I was like, oh, fuck it, let's see if it'll herm.
Yeah. You know
Nah.
what we often say, Crop, is that it seems like whatever breeder or seed bank you bring up, you'll find like 4 or 5 people that say something good, and you can probably just find just as many to say something bad. So it's almost like in our minds, we try to just hedge our bets, maybe go with some of the bigger names. But I agree with you. You almost have to see how they do in your place, you know?
And I think a lot of it, and it's nothing against nobody, but a lot of it is just grower error, you know, and then it's easier to blame the equipment or blame the genetics.
Yep, I agree.
So human nature, we don't want to admit we're wrong.
Right, well, yeah.
True that. It's just
yeah, well, you know, it's always learning, right? That's how I think of what, even sometimes when we see other guards that don't, so success is a relative measure, but I agree. There's a lot of times I know I can improve. That's for damn sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what, you know, like this plant here, you know, this is actually just too much. I'm understanding the morphology of the plant, you know. So if you go in with something like this is technically really just a sucker. It should have never even went into flower. There's not enough notes on it going into flower to start a cola.
Like
you're like us.
Like me smoking it.
When it's time to cut it off, though, you're like, damn, fuck that. I don't want to butcher it. I'm just going to let it go. Then when you get to this point, you're like, I almost got to cut them off.
I should have cut them off. Right. You should have cut them off because that's just never going to be a cola. I mean, you end up with a lot of nice fucking bud, but I would rather, you know, colas, you know, like.
Right. No, I dig it. And then it's always a trade-off. If you go too many, maybe you end up getting mold because your shit's too big.
Right. So that's what I figured out. I don't use a trellis net because I hate a trellis net. I use in my head an imaginary trellis net. So in a 4x4 with 6-inch net holes, you can do 64 tops. Now, making sure you go into flower with 3 to 5 node spaces so you end up with colas. So then you end up with 64. I don't care if it's one plant that you do 64. I don't care if it's 64 plants you do, as long as you're filling the space.
Yeah.
And with the nodes, I mean, because that, like I said, that's my problem. I should have either waited to veg or flower these a little bit longer, or I should have got rid of a lot more of these, what I call suckers. Yeah. This is just a sucker, really. Yeah, it's a top. It's going to be a bud, but it's never really going to be. Imagine that 3 times smaller after it dries. I mean,
I smoked this
like hash to me.
Yep, I was gonna say anything that, you know, it's not wasted, but I understand what you're saying. I always feel like I can do better as well. But you know what? I look at that, I see a big full plant. It's got medicine all over it. It's going to give you a real good learning experience. You said you understand that plant a little better now, so maybe you know, it's always something you can take. At least it didn't die on you or something. That's how I always look, you know.
Shit, it looks good to me. I like it.
It's only how tall is it? I mean, it's not a...
all those tops. Sometimes it's so hard to top it that extra time because you're going to be put back at least a week or 2 trying to get those tops grown out to where they're enough to flower. So
that's the thing. So if all of these have the right node spacing to go into flower, obviously these aren't. So I mean, realistically, you just get rid of those, you know, because this is just Sucker Island. There's nothing down here that's really going to be. Yeah, you can make edibles and stuff out of it, but it's more of a pain in the ass.
Give it the karate chop.
What do we got? What do we got behind the plant? Is that a
Looks
box?
nice.
I see a hound dog.
I got fucking dogs all over the fucking place.
Everybody loves dogs on the show.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
Hey, I'm that dude, Crop. When I go to someone's house for Thanksgiving or a party, I always spend way more time with the dog or the cat than I do with anybody else, man.
Right. They're just, I don't know, animals are just better than people. I hate to say that.
Yeah, Cheddar boy, Cheddar boy, what are you doing, Cheddar?
Yeah, but he's my guardian dog. I never socialized him. So that way, I mean, I have to put him away when people come over. But I wanted a dog to be able to, nobody comes into my house.
Oh, no doubt. Man,
How long did you veg that out before you flipped it?
I think this one was 6 weeks.
Okay.
I think it looks great.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's all even, and it's, looks good to me.
Yeah. Well, I thought I'd just come up here and share real quick.
How much time do you think you got left on that one?
Oh,
Rob?
this maybe a week. It's all cloudy right now. I mean, I could cut it right now, but
It's
I
gonna,
can do it.
Looks ready.
yeah, it's got that slump to it, like it's starting to just boom, get heavy.
Yeah, she's like a fall over.
Yeah, it's got the finish, the right slump. Good for you, man.
I'll
I
take
can't
the
wait
little
to hear-
buds.
I can't, yeah, send them off, huh? Hey, I can't wait to hear how it smells, man.
Send them all to me. I'll smoke them.
What plant was that?
Don't matter.
The copycat genetics you said, and that what strain was it?
It's copycat, Dr. Sleep.
Dr. Sleep. Okay.
Ooh.
Has anybody heard of Dr. Blaze?
I have not.
I just seen it pop up on seeds here now, and they're primarily doing S1s, so it looks like they're rejuvenating old genetics, like the Urkel's on there, and there were some couple older lines on there that they had brought back, but just curious who this Dr. Blaze is.
Never heard of it.
Heard of them either, man.
There's so many seed companies or people selling seeds though that
That's what I was going to say. There's so many now that there's millions of seeds and thousands of strains.
Yeah, there's a lot of people doing it good. Man.
It's hard because you go sit down and there's like you keep finding new seed banks and all this, stuff now that everybody sells pretty much direct as well. And God damn, I spend so much time and I don't need anything else. It's just the habit of looking at this shit. I got enough money invested already.
some people don't drink or they don't go out, they don't do much. So if they like to collect seeds, whether they grow them or not, that's a cool little hobby.
That's me. I've got a shitload of stuff, and I need to start just giving some of it away, or I just got more than I.
Me too.
And
Got
you know,
thousands.
my personal opinion is I look up to those who, have these collections. If you're passionate about it, who cares? Own it. Just do it. You don't have to explain yourself to anybody.
Somebody
Yeah.
wants
Passionate about it.
I'm not gonna lie, I enjoy popping bag seeds.
Hey, somebody once said buying seeds and growing them are two different hobbies, man.
I like the mystery of a bag seed.
Yeah, I
Me too.
agree.
I've seen some
Oh,
really
I
nice
got
stuff.
Cindy.
I
Oh, I
try to-
got my Cindy.
I've got a big old sack full of stuff, and I try to grow one on each run, and it's just like a mystery seed. And one of them that I found, I haven't been able to reap. It was the best, the stinkiest, dankest fucking smoke that I've ever grown. But I don't know what it was, or I didn't get a clone off it or anything, and it was just out of this world. And
Just do like everybody else does. They just fucking name it whatever. I really like Burner. I mean, some people don't, but I like Burner. But I figured out what they're doing over there just by the way he talks. If they have two different strains, one's a purple, one's a green. One will be say like Gary Payton, and then they'll name the other one something completely different, even though it is Gary Payton.
Yeah.
You know what's funny about Gary Payton? I was listening to him talk the other day. I was watching some old basketball stuff, and he was laughing because he said, I'm getting money now having my face on a bag, and I don't even smoke weed.
Yeah.
So people now are taking, because we got a lot of F1s and S1s out there. So now people are taking two different phenotypes, same fucking strain, two different phenotypes, and naming them different.
Yep, I've heard of that, man. It's unfortunate. And you know what? And when we're like my wife and I, we're small potatoes. So we get 100 seeds. That's like 2-3 years worth of growing, being selective and having some left over and everything. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, that's
some people have 1,000 seeds, 2,000 seeds because they're popping. So it's all about scale too. And like,
yeah. I mean, I'm real anal about sticking to my plant. My fucking my state laws are fucking goofy with plant count shit, but I just do the best I can. That's why I can only flower 6 at a time. So that's why I try to grow the shortest, biggest, whitest fucking plant I can.
That's me.
That's the problem. The problem is though, with 6 count, I can only harvest a 90-day supply, which is only 12 ounces.
Oh wow.
Well, it's fuckaroo because I just
I got
pulled
6 on that shelf.
a half pound off 2 plants. So I just pulled 8 ounces off 2 plants. I mean, so I'm kind of, it makes me almost have to stagger my flowering, which I hate.
That sucks. That sucks big time.
I have a 5 plant count limit. I just grow them bigger, veg them bigger.
I grow as many as I want.
wouldn't even care. I wouldn't even care as long as they didn't have a 90-day limit. That's stupid.
I grow thousands if I could.
Me and Smart, we're just wishing our state would open up to the thing, and
I got a 0 plant count.
I'm like,
yeah, I got a 0.
Yeah,
Exactly.
to have
Well,
that-
if you like it cold, move to Maine. You can grow as many as you want.
I'd say just do your thing. It don't matter what, just do your thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what we're doing now. That's what we do. We
we're pursuing
we
our
just grow what we want.
constitutional.
We're low
I
key.
think honestly, if people, because a lot of people are stressing about more and more states becoming recreational and more people being able to grow. They're getting afraid where, well, I mean, I don't promote this, but black market guys are like, oh my God, there's gonna be so much weed, we're gonna lose money, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
And like I tell them, stick to handcrafted fucking true medicine cannabis. You know what I mean?
It's got
Hand water.
it's got a
hand
new
drink,
name up here.
Keep it craft, and there's no problem with making the money.
You'll always find
We got a
one.
new name up here. It's called Free Market,
Mm.
not Black Market. Free Market.
And
That's
again,
what-
the
like we-
the
I've
live,
heard
this live
legacy market.
promoting anybody to do anything illegal. Nobody's promoting none of that shit. Do whatever you do. But
Especially if you don't have kids, or if you have kids and shit, you gotta be careful because going over whatever the deal is. But I agree with you, Crop, because
I went through that. I went through that.
It's
I
like
just want
buying-
everybody to know nobody here is promoting anything illegal or nothing like that.
Yeah.
buy a cheap ass cake.
Disclaimer.
They make 1,000 of them.
21 and older too.
I finally got to the point where I've almost been doing this for nearly 30 years now, and I've got enough problems with my body and stuff that if they want to do something, then fucking take me or do whatever, because everybody else is able to do it. Why should only a couple states be subjected?
I agree. It's kind of goofy. You go from right here and it's legal, and then you go across the state line and now you're fucked.
I reject your reality and I substitute my own. There,
That's
big
right.
government.
It tastes better when it's grown
The
illegal.
only thing that sucks is, back in about 22 years ago, I went through a full, task force, in my house type bullshit. And at the time, I had nothing in my house, so it was kind of funny. But they look, I'm still looking over my shoulder from that day 22 years ago, and I don't go anywhere. I don't have anybody.
That's fucked
over.
up. That's just fucked up.
It
So,
is, man.
You basically, what you're telling me is, what you're describing is you have PTSD from being
Yeah.
raided.
Exactly.
That's what you're explaining to me.
I'm still looking in my rearview mirror because I caught them that day when they were pulling off to come to my house, and I was happened to be leaving, and I saw the truck whip around behind me and was following me every turn I made. And so now I'm constantly looking in the rearview mirror. And all this shit was from 22 years ago.
Yeah.
And I didn't go to jail. I didn't, I got searched. They broke some shit in my house and never paid for any of it. Found out the warrant was illegal.
Wow.
Everything was they did was wrong, and I
Well,
should have.
and let me guess.
And you
Let me
never
guess.
had that.
You didn't have
that
the money
wrong
to
way.
sue them. I mean, you've
No,
got the money to
no,
fucking sue them. You know? I mean, they
yeah,
just come in, fuck up your shit, give you PTSD, and then walk away like, see ya.
yeah. Broke the seat on my truck. Threw everything out of my cabinets and everything. Found a loaded 357. Didn't say shit about that when I told them, "Oh, it's legal. You can run it, whatever." And they didn't do shit about that. But I guess it just broke their heart that they didn't find what they thought they were going to find. And
Bad part is after something like that happens, now when you meet a cop, you know, that's in the back of your head. And then they want to know, why don't you treat me with respect right from the beginning? This is why, because you don't, I've been wrong. You know?
Well,
Fool me once.
the PTSD jumps up. As soon as you
Yeah.
think about you need to get a hold of a cop for help, you instantly think about that incident back there, and you're like, you're almost afraid to call the cops to get help for yourself.
Yeah,
and then it looked like a damn man. The line of cars that were following me, because like I said, I caught them off guard. And so when I got pulled over to be detained, there was a fucking line of cars like 10 deep, nothing but cop cars and undercovers. And they thought they had a real big fish that day. And it turned out it was a friend of mine that they were really after. They just thought I was keeping money or something, or keeping stash for him. And that was only thing they found was a fucking empty pipe. I didn't even have weed in my house.
Oh, man.
Boy, that
And that's
made
a
it feel
lucky
stupid.
break.
Yeah.
I mean,
Lucky break, but it also, you know, kind of, it just left
Cost
me.
you money, and emotions, and fucking just all of it. It's,
I got out of jury duty.
you're talking about it 22 years later.
Yeah, I got out of jury duty here a while back, a couple of years ago, because they asked me, you know, is there anything that can that'll keep you, you know, can you do fair judgment, basically? And when they got to me, I fucking said no. Honestly, I said, and I told them because I got raided, and it was they didn't even find nothing. It was the wrong house. The warrants were bad, and everybody just turned and stared at me like, "What the fuck?" And
They're like, "Oh, you're dismissed."
next call, I got dismissed, and I was like, "All right, I'm out of here."
and you know, all of this over a plant. That's insane to me. You know, you've got this trauma all these years later.
Yep.
It breaks my heart that you had to go through that.
That's the war on drugs. That was the war on drugs. It had nothing to do with actually confiscating the drugs. It was more of a war on the people to control everybody.
It was a war on poverty, and it's a racist war, man. They used that to get into the inner cities, and it's ridiculous, all this shit. Like that.
And you know, the leader of
they use that, you know, they use drugs as a way to break that up.
You know, the leader of the task force, they were at a Christmas party right after all that happened. A friend of mine's parents were friends with them. I didn't know that at the time, but they were caught at the party laughing about taking down a friend of mine. Nobody would go after him, and we did this and that, and they started bragging, or they were mad because he didn't have his he had a Ninja 1000R you know, a sport bike,
right.
And he had all these nice cars and stuff, and they were like pissed off that none of that stuff was there, and they couldn't seize it because they wanted all that shit for themselves. But I later saw them riding around in his Blazer, you know, just staking out, you know, different people and stuff here in the county. And every time I see that Blazer, I'd be like, "You sorry bastards," because he ended up dying shortly after that because of all the drama that went on, and he just, you know,
the stress and the medical fucking anguish it brings. It fucking
all over.
Started taking a bunch of Xanax and shit. The next thing you know, he dies. And
over what? Over a fucking plant?
Yeah,
that doesn't kill nobody.
Yeah, they were it just irked the shit out of me.
This is what's crazy to me. In my state, it's legal for me to make 200 gallons of moonshine a year. I can't sell it. I'm not legally supposed to sell it. But 200 gallons, what the fuck are you going to do with 200 gallons?
200 gallons.
What's that work out to be a day? Like a pitcher full or something? I mean, come on.
I mean, so it's legal fucking, you can get as drunk as you want on
Hey,
moonshine.
man.
It
That
sounds like alcohol poisoning to me.
That's what I'm talking about. Like that, I wanted to touch on that. The alcohol poisoning, the cirrhosis that they're going to just, okay, let you go and do all that where, it does lead to bad behavior, horrible decisions. You can find yourself in a really dark
But there's
place.
money, right? There's money in that. If I go to jail for being drunk and disorderly, they're making money.
Yes.
That's another question.
Dangerous is my point. And the only dangerous thing about cannabis is getting caught with it.
Right. It's the police that approach you.
That's right. Hey, I wanted to let everybody know we started at 9:15. I think we're going to wrap it up in about 10 minutes, which is 3 hours.
Sweet.
Fun.
It's been a good show. It's been a good
I
show.
wanted to give everybody a chance to make sure they get any final thoughts in over the next 10 minutes. We got a fresh bowl packed here and stuff, so no super hurry, but I just wanted to make sure that I didn't end up cutting someone off here at about 9:15 and without any warning. But it has been fun.
I was just about ready to ask how to bow out anyway, because I want a cup of coffee and I've been up. So I want to shout out everybody that was in chat and everybody on the show, the panel, all these great people here. Just like always, you hear it from one person right after another. We can only do what we can do. And thank you very much for having me on.
And
It's been a pleasure.
Don't be afraid to ask people for help, but don't be afraid to take criticism. Some people tend to take it a little personal, and it's not personal. Right. I'm one of those dicks that's in the community that will say your plants are fucking bad. I'm one of those dicks. But it's nothing personal. I really want everybody to win, and I want everybody to be the most efficient for their space as possible.
I like that. I like that as, in a person. Honesty, even though sometimes, criticism is hard to hear. Though in making mistakes, you can really learn the best lessons, and getting some valuable feedback from people that have been doing it. Yeah. Helping you.
I've killed plants pretty much every week. I've been doing it since 2013. You can go look back at I've been on YouTube for 2 years. You can go look at my failures all the way to where I'm at now. I'm not afraid to show this shit, so I mean.
I feel like we document our failures all the time. And the reason is so we don't repeat that mistake. And
well, come on. Most people, they don't show the failures and you're like, okay, this guy's always doing all right. No.
The wins are good wins, but the failures are failures as well. And
that's how you learn, and that's how everybody else learns. I mean,
and we
if you're doing something that's messing up your plants, I want to know it so I don't do it.
Hell yeah. Especially when it comes to even something like complacency. Like we killed some. Well, I shouldn't say killed some. We had some rough goes there for a while because we had the cocoa mixed up. We had unbuffered cocoa that was just draining them, man, and we ended up pulling through it. But it's like, we got complacent, we got busy, and we got the two bins mixed up, and I'll be
I must say, we've learned a lot of lessons the hard way, but I think they made us better growers today. That cocoa, I feel like I hope I've learned that lesson for the last time, because it took
I just stick to Fox Farm. I end up going right back to Fox Farm Ocean Forest because it's just so easy. It's just so easy.
I agree. It does take a lot of different from the algorithm whenever you go that route.
Well, I have mad respect for the soil growers because, it's a balancing act. It's a dance. You guys getting it right.
The right size pot.
Yeah, you're killing those.
The overwatering thing is the biggest thing I see everybody having problems.
I agree.
Big buckets, little plants, and
No
not
pot.
not understanding, saturate your pot. People don't understand overwatering is not how much water you give it. It's how frequent you're watering. If you go saturate your pot really super good yesterday and you come back today and you do it again, you're overwatering. You gotta let that shit dry out some. You gotta
That's a
let
great
it.
distinction, man. That's a great distinction. It's not about volume, it's about
No,
frequency.
well, once the pot and the soil takes up as much water as it's gonna hold, the rest of it just runs out. So I think it has nothing to do with how much. You can run 50 gallons through your pot if you really want to. It's not going to hold 50 gallons of water. So it's not how much you're watering, it's how frequent you're watering.
That's true. That's a good point. Hey, oh, okay. It looks like Green Goddess is having a birthday tomorrow. I think someone was saying.
Well, happy early birthday.
Happy early
birthday.
birthday.
Happy birthday.
It's always fun. It'll be the weekend.
I-
Have a good time.
I ate a piece of cake earlier from my birthday, and I'll have another piece of that later in celebration. of your birthday.
Yeah, like you needed a reason to eat another person.
Hey, whatever reason you need.
What I was thinking, twist my rubber off my house, you know?
I still didn't eat any pie from last night.
Pie. We were talking about pie. It's one of the favorites here. But we want to definitely encourage everybody to join us Sunday. We're going to talk to the art man a little deeper and get into the grow room that he showed us today and some of his techniques and some of the stuff he likes to process his buds into. And I think it'll be a good, fun time. And then we'll open it up with some free time later in the show for other people who might want to join in and kind of go from there. So
I kind of want to just shout out somebody real quick.
go ahead, man. Do your
Pot
thing.
Smoker, right before Pot Smoker's channel, when he goes live, I think Wednesdays, right? Don't you go live Wednesdays?
Yes, on Wednesdays we go live at 7 p.m.
Yep. Right before that, Happy Cultivator is live.
Okay.
Another great channel to go watch, and another great one to watch on Sundays. He does a live. Is Hemp with Chichi. Those two guys are kind of where I'm at right now. I'm following along with that.
Oh yeah.
But
Hemp with Chichi's a good friend of ours, and for sure we always try to pump up their channel. Happy Cultivator has been the co-host. I didn't know he was doing his own channel.
Yeah, Gigi is a fantastic grower, does have a great show. If someone wants to post that link, if you want to post those links.
Hell
yeah, go sub up to fucking Happy Cultivator. He's like, I'm one, in my opinion, one of the best growers on YouTube. And he doesn't have the subs. He doesn't have the following. He should have more followers because he's got really good stuff.
Yeah, he's got that Magobi in his 3x3.
And he'll go to dispensaries and talk to the dispensary owners, and he'll show products. And he's a cool guy.
Yeah,
he's out of Oregon. So
glad you mentioned that, man, because I really like Happy.
Hey guys, I'd like to shout out High on Homegrown is a great show too. They have great guests. They had Tommy Chong the day after his birthday. Of course, nobody gets him on his birthday, but they had Frenchie Cannoli, Madam Cannoli. So Percy's Grow Room, stop by there, check them out.
I don't think they've had Cannoli. Maybe his wife.
They did have his wife. Yeah, I listened to that one.
Frenchie
passed.
Oh, I know that. That was a long time ago. That's a couple years ago.
Oh, you're saying he was a past guest, but yeah, I agree that.
Yeah, past guest, absolutely. And his wife, Madam Cannoli, was there promoting the film, the biography. That was going across the U.S. So
you'll find her pop up here and there.
I totally didn't see that. You guys are awesome for bringing that up. I'm going to track that down and check it out.
And we appreciate everybody dropping links in chat. Y'all were so awesome. You got those channels are awesome content, and drop those links because we need to be building each other up.
Happy Cultivator, they just put his link in the chat there.
Great.
Check him out. And Hemp with Chichi had a 2,000 page giveaway.
Yes.
So congratulations.
I do mostly just going on live streams anymore. I don't do a whole lot of videos anymore. To me, growing weed just gotten boring. It's just so boring.
And I love it. I don't know why. Because when I go in my garden every day, it's just
So like the same love and feeling you get like snuggling your pet. You know, you go and you check out your plants, you make sure everything's going good. They're happy, you're happy.
That's it.
I
Hey,
love it when the sun hits them. All right, guys, I'm going to jump off. Have a great day. Thanks for having me up.
Thank you so much.
see you, Truck. Enjoy yourself.
That's awesome. All this great content. I want to thank everybody that's jumped on, and everybody in chat. Thank you. Thank you for bearing with me not being in chat today.
Yeah, we got to drop some seeds, so obviously we'll try to keep those updated as our shows go on and stuff. And we're planning on having a really big New Year's Eve show where we're going to have Doc MJ come over, and a bunch of us are going to try to drop seeds at the same time when the ball drops to kick off the New Year's Grow Challenge at Cocoa for Cannabis. And I know there's some other channels that are doing stuff too, so hopefully we'll be able to maybe make some rounds ourselves and try to see other people and spread the love around. But it should be a good time. If you get some free time, stop by then. Between now and then, we'll have something for Christmas, right? We'll have our regular shows, and hopefully we'll be able to get everybody together as much as possible and spreading love and knowledge. And important thing is trying to teach everybody else. I always look at it as everybody throws shit into the proverbial pool of knowledge, and we take out what fits our growing style, what fits our budget, what fits our lifestyle, how much time we can spend with our plants. Everything ain't for everybody, but if we all get together, you can really help one person hone how they want to attack this or not attack it, or get so involved or not as involved, and all that shit. So this is great. We love it. We live for this. Our heart's in it. We're here all the time. Growing is so fun, and testing lights and products and seeds. And we just said earlier, every time we pop a seed, man, it's like
it's a new adventure.
New adventure. You don't know what's going to come out of that thing. It could be amazing. It could be, it's always fun.
The potential is there. And
yes,
please tune in on Sunday. We're going to have Artman. Artman's coming back on. We're going to do a deep dive into the beautiful what you got going on.
Maybe you can squish something.
Thank you.
I'm putting you on the air. Look, he's on live.
Yeah, sure, I can do that.
He talks about squish. Every time someone shows a nice spot, Art's like, I want to squish it, I know.
Yeah, I just got the toy, I've already squished everything in my house. The cat's lucky she's not squished, she's fast.
Oh, that's cool. I always said that too. Like when I got my light meter, I said, I'll have this thing I'll have it in front of the fridge. I'll have it outside in the backyard under every light we can get a hold of, and different things. That's funny. And then we got an infrared gun. I was going around pointing it and everything. So I know what you mean. When you first get something, it's like
a new toy.
Let's go digging. But all right.
Oh yeah.
Towards the 3-hour mark. Texas Grown, you want to tell everybody goodbye? Let them know where they might be able to find you.
Yeah, kind of a surprise show today. I was coming back from a appointment this morning and saw you guys on, and I was like, oh shit, what's going on here? But turned out to be a neat little go around. Shout out to Smod and Crispy Wannabe for sure, because y'all do this week in and week out. Big shout out to you guys for opening the community up and making it accessible to, many varieties of growers, beginners, mid-level, high level. It's just neat to see everybody's what they got going on. And I'm really kind of psyched up about Artman here. That's a neat little grow he's got going. Yeah. And he's got that big HLG hanging up there, so he's definitely doing some things. But other than that, hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving, or with your families or without, like me. But shout out to the Weed Nerd. Saw him in the chat. We're still thinking about you, buddy. But that's about it. So from Texas to everyone across the country, I'm out of here. See y'all Sunday.
Right on, Texas grown.
Awesome, Texas.
And I want to thank you for having me on today, Smart and Crispy. It was really cool. And we'll see you on Sunday. I can't wait. Be more prepared this time now.
Oh, it's going to be fun, man. It's always good to get together.
And we fly by the seat of our pants most of the time, so that's cool too.
Yeah, that's how it is.
And that's what makes for an awesome show like today, man. Winging it.
Yep.
And it's been
There you
awesome hanging out with you, get to know you a little better. And you're all part of our journey, and we're having a blast.
Yeah. I'm waiting for the next one, So we'll see everybody next time. Grow or love, and enjoy your weekend.
See you Sunday.
Take
folks.
care.